Hi guys, how do you do? So I'm back, and it wasn't so long ago that I was here. Um, I was live doing my makeup. The makeup I have today, I did it online, and the video is up. So if you want to see that video again, or if you want to know how I did this makeup, it's definitely on my channel. And I finished doing my makeup and now I'm here and we're about to talk about how we did nursing in Germany and what it really is, because most people think it's just, what was there, old people, old just taking care of old people. That's what most people think that we do in Germany or in diaspora. So I want us to talk about this a little bit more today. Oh my God, look at my makeup today. I went all the way, right? I'm also surprised at the way I look. How do you like it, guys? I hope you like it. I love it. There's nothing else we can do right now. And the only thing we can do, and the little pleasures we have right now in this lockdown, is just being able to look your best, or at least try. What is our best? Sometimes it's not maybe for everyone, but I have a lot of fun when I do my makeup, or when I at least try to do my makeup, because it's not every day that I'll have the time. It's not every day that I want to look like this, like. So once in a while I do my makeup, once in a while I enjoy doing it, and I don't know what happened. I still feel like I have something in my eye. You know that thing when you're done with your makeup and then you feel like there's something in your eye and you can't get rid of it. So I'm learning to work with it just the way it is. How are you guys? How are you doing? So I am okay. Like always, I have night shifts the whole week or the whole month, or I don't know what to call it, until Jesus comes back. and and I'm loving it, because what else is there to do in Germany right now other than just go to work, come back home, eat something, go to sleep. That's it. There's nothing else to do in Germany, guys. Nothing whatsoever. So I'm just enjoying my time at home. When I'm home, when I'm at work, I'm doing my best to do my job, and that is it. Because right now, without a job, it is crazy out there. So, guys, do you think my eyebrows look the same? Somehow, I don't. I'm not sure. This one looks a little bit up there more than. Okay, so today we're talking about life in Germany as a nurse and how to become a nurse in Germany. And most of you don't know this, but I am a nurse. Most of you don't know this. Of course, a lot of you know this. I'm a nurse in Germany, and I've been a nurse for the last how many years? Maybe, let me see. When did I finish? I think 5 years. I've been a nurse for the last 5 years. Oh my God, time goes fast. Time really flies. And so far, so good. I did my nursing in Diakonise Krankenhaus here in Karlsruhe, and it's always a 3 years course. And when I was finished, my dream was to work at the intensive care, which is ICU, and I started working there. And I worked there for like 1.5 years, almost 2 years, and then I was just fed up. Like I was totally fed up. That is the truth. Because there was always a lot of work, and I don't have any problem with working a lot, but it did not add up. The kind of money you're getting, the hours you have to work, the off days you're getting, the workload you're getting, the kind of stress you're having with the pay, it never added up somehow. So you never. Okay, let me tell you why. The ICU, it is the best station that I ever worked in, and I loved it. I loved working in the ICU, but I loved it when it was the way it's supposed to be, because when you're working in the ICU, you're supposed to have maximum of 2 patients. That's what you're supposed to have, because that is a lot of work by itself, because they are intensive care patients. That means they need maximum care. They need like 1,000 machines. They need like 1,000, things coming in and out of the body, and you need to be able to make sure that. Thank you so much, Monica. Do you like it? I think this eyebrow is a little bit higher than this, but haitakuwa siku ya kwanza. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be the first and the last day that the eyebrows did not match. But right now is when I'm realizing this one is a little bit, I don't know. Do you see it, Monica? Thank you so much. I love it also. It looks like I'm going out and I'm just going to work. So yeah, so working at the intensive care was one of my favorite things to do. But in the beginning, when I got in, or when I was still a student, because when you're a student in Germany, we'll go back to the whole schooling thing, but when you're a student in Germany, you find, sure, looking good. Thank you so much, Monica. Thank you so much. I'm also actually really happy that it turned out okay. It looks okay. I'm really practicing. I'm practicing. So when I was a student, you always had to go to like practice hours. So you were like, you have theory, and then after theory, you go to practice. Hi, Leila, how are you? Thank you so much. I did my makeup today online, Leila, and that is why. Not, what do I mean online? Live. 1 hour ago, I started doing my makeup live. And if you want to see it, I'll leave the video in on my YouTube. You can always rewatch it later. Thank you so much. I'm also loving it. Looks like I'm going somewhere, right? Let's go party. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, so I still don't know what to do with this extension. Yeah, it's good. So guys, working at the intensive care was fun. Was a lot of fun. I loved intensive care because when it comes to me being a nurse, I'm the kind of nurse who wants to concentrate on the patient and make sure, look at your blood. I just like the inner side of the human being, your blood, your nerves, your brain, your heart, all of your organs. I love that as a nurse. I'm not more of the outside side of the body. You know what I mean? I'm not of the wounds, like dressing wounds and a lot of injections and all of that. I don't like that as much. So I always knew I wanted to go to intensive care, and that is why I went to the ICU. And when I was still a student, it was very interesting how nurses in the intensive care always only had 2 patients a day. So you get like a room, like there are different rooms, like different patients' rooms, and the private patients, it's always like that. The patients with private insurance had like a room by themselves. So you have your own room because VIP, right? And the others were always in like one room, and it's divided in the middle, and there are 2 beds. So there were always only 2 beds per room. Okay, so when I was a student, I would see how nurses would just work in one room. So you just have one room, right? And either that room is from a patient who is private insured, so it's going to just be one room, or it's going to be a room with 2 patients, and that was all. So you never wanted to know what is going on in other people's rooms. It's just you have your patient in your one room, 2 patients, or 1 patient, and that is it. And I loved it. I was like, this is nice. This is just, this is how you should be working. You should just be in one room, taking care of 2 patients, making sure that everything is right. Because in intensive care, there's a lot of things that could go wrong, because you have like tubes coming in and out, tubes from here this side, tubes from the other side. I'm not trying to make it weird here on the live stream, but you have tubes coming out of everywhere, right? And you also have like, maybe you are on air support, maybe you're on dialysis. There are a lot of machines in one room depending on what the patient has, right? So I found myself like, I really loved that. I could just concentrate, nobody is bothering me, and I could just concentrate on my patients, make sure that all the tubes are right, make sure that everything is dressed well, and then you have to wash your patients, of course, because this is not Kenya. Kenya, the family washes and takes care of food for the patient or for their loved one. In Germany, the family is not going to do that. No, a lot of them do not. There's some that still insist, I want to wash my man, I want to wash my husband or my wife, but most of them don't. So you still have to wash your patient. But the intensive care, you only had two patients that were on intensive care. So you clean them as best as you can without going overboard, because they have tubes coming and going from every side. You know, guys, how I mean. So I used to love that, because I knew that in other stations, you're just running around washing people like almost the whole day, because there are a lot of patients in other stations. So I did not want to work in other stations at all. I knew I wanted to work at the intensive care. So I wanted to avoid, first of all, having to deal with too many patients and too many family members in the normal station, because the normal station, you have like every nurse has like 15 patients, right? So I was like, I don't want to work with 15 patients every day. But at the same time, I want to concentrate on two patients and make sure everything is right by these two patients, right? Okay. Second thing is, as a nurse in the intensive care, you have more room, or you have more permission to do more as a nurse of intensive care, more than the nurses in the normal stations in Germany. In the normal stations, you always have to call the doctor for almost everything. You have to call the doctor to make sure to allow you to use this medicine, or to give this medicine, or to do this, or to do this. Hi, Akot, Sasa, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. We're talking about nursing and my experience as a nurse in Germany. And I've started already at the intensive care, but I will go way back to how I started nursing once most of you are in here. So don't worry about it. I'll come like that from the beginning to the end again. So yeah, so the other reason why I wanted to work at the intensive care was so that I have permission to do more. You know what I mean, guys? I did not want to be one of those nurses that you cannot do that, you cannot do that, you cannot prescribe this, you cannot do this without the doctor's presence. I wanted to have a little bit more freedom and a little bit more space to, to do more. So that was only available, or that was only possible at the intensive care. And that is why I always wanted to go there. So, when I was in nursing school, I started looking at how the chances of me going to intensive care and what I needed to do for me to work in intensive care. Hi, Rose. Thank you for coming back. Thank you guys for coming back. I'm really happy you're here. So, Rose, I'm already talking about where I started working, but if you would like to come online, if you want to, if you don't want to, it's no pressure, but if you want to, and come online, we can talk together and tell our examples of what happened in nursing school, how you liked nursing school, and then we'll go like that, explaining all of the above like that. Hi, Monica. Hi, Rose. Hi, Rose. I love these guys when you connect with each other on the comments and get to know each other. I know by now you know each other already. If there's anybody here you have not subscribed to, let today be that day that you subscribe to everybody on my comment section, because most of them are YouTubers, and most of them, or all of them, have really good content, guys. And I'm not even joking about these. They have good content and they know how to make good videos. They have had a lot of practice. I think almost all of them started YouTube before me. They know a lot. Only Rose, we're on the same page with Rose. We're still learning the ropes and everything. But Monica, Akot, all of these people, Baby Mom Lifestyle, Ruth, Kim, Mother Finest, all of these people are YouTubers already. Zina Mami saying, looking beautiful. Thank you. Don't make me blush. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So, Rose, kuja tuongee kuhusu nursing. I miss you already. Come, let's talk about nursing. So what most people ask me, did you know that you wanted to be a nurse? No, I did not know. Okay, let me give you a little bit of back history, right? My grandmother is what in the Ushago, they call her doctor in Ushago, in our Mashamba, they call her doctor, but she's not a doctor. What she did was, and there were those times of colonization, right? My grandmother did, I'm talking German now. Labor, lab. She's a lab technician. It's not a technician, yes. She worked in the lab in Thika Hospital, right? when women were not going to school. So I really like take my hat off for my grandmother. So she learned how to write and read, and she went to school and she finished and she went to KMTC. I don't remember if it was still KMTC them days, and she learned how to be a lab technician. So she worked in the lab in Thika Hospital all her life. And then after she retired, she could not just stay still. She's as hardworking as myself, I'm hoping. Until now, she still works. She still works at in our mashamba, in our ushago in Kandara. She put her own lab there, and she still does her lab thing. She's like, why do I stay in the house? All my kids are grown up, my grandkids are grown up. I don't want to just stay in the house. I want to see people, talk to people. So she has a lab, a small lab in my in my village, and that is where people go before they even go to other hospitals. Even if they don't know what they have, they go to her first and then they go to other hospitals. So she has helped a lot of women give birth in the village. A lot of kids came through her hands. Like, she already knew a lot about nursing and about first aid in the village, so that people started calling her doctor, even if she's not a doctor. So that is just a little bit of where I'm coming from. And not only that, okay, Rose, give me 1 minute. I sent you the wrong, Rose, just click here. Let me put it on the comments and just click there. Sijui kwa nini na-complicate maneno. So my grandmother, I already always had people calling her doctor, doctor, doctor. When I was a young girl, I did not understand what she was, but I only knew that she knew a lot about medicine and about, hospital. And old women, even if they did not study anything to do with hospital things, old women still have a lot of tips on how to make ailments go away, how to make sure that they identify symptoms. They will give you some first aid. They will know which cream to put where. They'll even use herbs from their garden and put it on your wound, and they'll know how. So I always knew that my grandmother was a little bit more advanced than most grandmothers, and that was always a very good thing. She was like a role model for me. So the problem came when I finished high school, and after high school I did not want to be a nurse, although my grandmother kept telling me, you have a big heart, you're so caring, you could take care of other people, you'd know how to do that. That would really fit you. And she knew a lot of people in KMTC because she's like one of the first students in KMTC, and she's known there. So she has helped a lot of people get into the school. So she was like, my granddaughter, I can help you get into KMTC if that's what you want. And I was like, me work in a hospital? Not me. all I wanted was to, yes, Jinama Monica Njaga has really good content. Check out Monica Njaga, subscribe to her channel, watch a few videos, and then go to Akot TV, and then to Rosa Chibella, and then to Baby Mom Lifestyle. But I think you have Baby Mom and Rose, right? Yeah. But I don't think you have Akot TV. Check out Akot TV too. So thank you so much, Ina Mom. You're so kind. Thank you so much for the support. So my biggest dream as a young girl was I wanted to work somewhere where I can wear short skirts or short dresses and have long nails and have makeup, and the hospital did not seem like that. I did not see any nurses dressing up in Kenya. I'm yet to see nurses that are really dressing up in Kenya. Most nurses that I knew in Kenya were just like really, like bored. They just had t-shirts and whatever happens. So that was my experience. I know I've gone to a few hospitals. Of course, I know people are dressing up now, but kitambo, most nurses were not like that. So I wasn't like really drawn into nursing in Kenya or working in hospitals in Kenya at all. I know, Gina Mom, I know you don't have a channel. I see Rose already. So I will continue with this story as we talk with Rose. I see Rose is already here, and she's also a nurse, so it is going to be a perfect conversation. Rose, kuja. Hi, look at you. You look different than yesterday.
Oh God, thank Jesus. I thank everyone who prayed for me or stuff. I'm not 100% healthy, but I'm here.
You're looking much better than yesterday, definitely.
Yeah, I drank a lot of Lucozade from Afro
Yeah,
Shop. I found some,
you have good.
and yeah, in Afro Shop sometimes you find it.
Really?
Yeah, I
You know,
found one in Munich in an Afro Shop. And I always drink my maca, and maca helps me with energy. But 100% healthy. I'm not 100% healthy, but at least better than yesterday.
yeah, you
So
look
I could
really
beat up my
good.
face.
Yeah.
A ballet for my daughter. Today she's extra energetic. But the papa is there, so it's everything okay.
Ah, okay. I'm so glad that you feel better now because yesterday you could see you're struggling and you are
Mhm.
tired.
I'm still
But
tired, but
you
at least
look
today
good
better
right
than yesterday.
now. By the way, that wig, hey, uko na bahati kwa mbali. I love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, it saves a lot.
Yeah,
Ukisikia
I love
mafuta,
it. Wewe ndio ulijua. Nywele si mchezo jamani.
mchezo, But I just bought it. I just bought it, I think, last month from a Kenyan in
Really?
Kenya. Hmm.
Ah, you are in Kenya?
No, a Kenyan lady sent it to me. I bought
Okay.
it, I ordered it, and then I got it here.
Wow, there's another YouTuber I just discovered, also a Kenyan, and she also has a very nice one, just as like you, was really partitioned very, very well. I think I'll look for one when I go to Kenya too. Ya
It's
kusurvive.
Roski. Is it Roski? She calls her Ruski or Ruski.
Ruski?
Yeah, I think I got this from Ruski, another Kenyan YouTuber. She's new, and
Yeah.
she was an ambassador to that. And then I ordered through her to this lady, and the lady sent it. It took 2 weeks, and it was here.
Do you remember how much it was? Ama, you'll tell me on the DM.
No, that's not something a secret. For this one, I got it for, I think, 160.
Really?
Yeah, 160, 150. German. Nimeongea German leo mpaka nini
It's
inapotea,
okay.
lugha
It's okay.
inapotea.
150
I think
euros.
towards to unaangalia vile cost iko.
Yeah.
And that time she was selling it for a bit more, but I got it for 150.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about, but please DM me later. I'll remind you again to DM me the name. I'll check it
Yeah,
out.
it saves a lot.
Yeah, it is really beautiful. Alex is
Thanks.
saying, I'm back. Say hi to Rose.
Hi, Alex.
So, Rose, we're talking about nursing in Germany. People think that we are only giving old people food here and changing pampers, right?
What? No. Oh, hell no. Nursing is a big thing. It's a whole
So, how did you
broad.
decide on nursing? Hi, this is Africa. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us.
When I came to what made me decide for nursing is like, I would say for me, I got myself a bit influenced from other people,
Yes.
but from the history back from home, I was one of those kids who are always like, if my father had something with his foot, I was not even embarrassed about it. I would help dad, or my mother would have something with the shoulder. I was always there trying
Yes.
to, or if somebody had a wound, I wouldn't be scared of it. I would try help out, like this
Mm.
helping kind of way. Then when I came here, au pair, and then you meet people telling you, hi, if you want to stay longer, try something called FSJ. Then
Yes.
I started FSJ in a seniors home as an old age home for the old.
Yes. Yes.
And that's where the interest started. I was like, okay, by the way, respect everybody's hustle, be it Krankenschwester, be it Etzia, be it people working with the old. It's your hustle, and if it makes you happy, we should respect that. So for me,
Definitely.
when I was applying, I applied in Altenheim, and
Mm-hmm.
through Altenheim I was working, and they didn't take me because I was too late. And then when I
Mm-hmm.
met my hubby, I applied in Munich. Munich competition was very high to find
Yes.
a Platz
Yeah.
space to start.
A space. Yes.
And then I applied in Augsburg. That's where my husband was doing his uni, and then that's where I finally got it. But the
Okay.
process, I would tell everyone who doesn't know, if you come to Germany, if you apply for nursing, it's not that you just come with your form for start and then you apply and that's it. It's a long process. Everything they
A
need,
long process.
it's a
And
long
then
process.
people don't know that you cannot just come to Germany and just start going to nursing school. You have to be
Mm-mm.
prepared. You go to, like you did FSJ. FSJ is voluntary work, guys. We all did FSC
Volunteer.
10 years and au pair, most of us. So you have to volunteer first, know a little bit more about not only the language but also the culture of Germans, so that you can be able to take care of their patients. Because you cannot take care of an old grandmother and you don't even know anything about her history or her culture. You need to know something. So they prepare you for a very long time before you can even start doing nursing. Let me read what Leila is saying. Leila is saying, Aki umenikumbusha home, when you get sick utapewa Lucozade.
You can also order Lucozade through Amazon.
I cannot even remember the last time I even thought of Lucozade. Na Ribena. They always went together. Monica is saying, "Oh, that's why I can't find you, Gina Mom. It's high time you start one. Gina Mom, start a YouTube channel. We'll all come there."
Cling, cling, cling. We don't have drinks, but next time we cling, cling.
We'll be there. Regarding story on your comment section, Pia. How long did Rose learn German language? Alex is asking.
Soll man auf Deutsch reden oder Englisch?
I don't think, no, Monica is in Paris. She not understand German.
Paris.
States.
For me, I started with my as au pair, and then when I did au pair, because I was paying for myself, I stopped. And then I think when you come to Germany, you get motivated to do things by yourself. So I think what helped when I was seeing that I was paying 280 for school, what helped me is like I mentioned in one of my videos, like I met a German girlfriend who was in uni when I was doing au pair, and she could speak English, but she was helping me out, always being tough for me to speak German. Yes. And then I think the best, I had Kenyan friends, but most of my friends I met through university friends of my hubby, and when you're doing the nursing, it encourages you to speak the language, so it gets better with time. But in total, I would say until I reached the level B1, it took me, I would say, 5 years to be like really like almost like Muttersprachler, we say in German, like almost like mother language, not perfect.
Yeah.
But 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah, it also took me a very long time because for me, my first year of au pair, my family was very busy, my host family. So they were not like speaking to me every day, and they were living in the village. Like they were very rich, had a very big house, but in the village where I would see like 2 people per week. If I did not see the family, I would see like 2 people per week. So my German did not get better until I went to Austria, and I went to Austria and stayed 1 year, and there I worked with little kids, and then I learned faster. But it also took me at least 4 or 5 years to learn German, like really well. Nursing is what helped me.
Also me too. FSC nursing helps,
So if you did not come to Germany and you stayed in Kenya, would you have done nursing?
Actually, I would have studied sociology.
Oh, nice.
But I would say I would have still found myself in the medical field because a part of me always wanted to help people, but not only help people just like that, to learn about medication and stuff, because my story started when my granddad died. I was 5. And we were in the car together, and I loved my grandpa so much to death. So when the accident happened, and then you witness death in front of your eye, it was like I promised myself as a child I would really want to reach a place whereby I would love to help people and not see them lose their life. Like that knowledge, you get that knowledge.
Yes. I understand. I knew if I was still in Kenya, I would have I would have continued with banking. Imagine I had started banking for 1 year before I came to Germany. But I got bored.
Besha.
I wanted where Besha is. I wanted where in the near Besha. But I got bored very fast because I realized that it is just sitting on a desk and looking at the computer all the time, and that was too boring for me. I wanted to walk around, do a little bit stuff, But I loved banking so much. Maybe I would have stayed, or maybe I would have gone into business, but I wouldn't have become a nurse if I was in Kenya. I'm very sure of that. Like the Kenyan hospitals never attracted me that much.
But I don't get why Kenyan hospitals, regardless of payment and stuff, because also the same as Germany, like we also nurses, we do a lot of work. And the payment, if you compare the living standards in Germany, is very high. It's not that good.
Yeah.
But being a bit friendly, and the ethic, the code of ethic. If you do nothing, you always have, regardless of somebody's race, religion, you still have to be friendly. So I don't
Yeah.
understand why they study that. They also know that code of ethics, and then they're still mean to patients. And I don't,
I've
I don't know
never
why.
understood that. I've never understood that also, Rose. Like, why are Kenyan nurses so mean? What is wrong?
What's wrong? Like, if
No,
somebody
really.
asks me, like, I remember last time my daughter was sick in Kenya, had malaria, and then we went to a private hospital. First, we went to a
Mhm.
public hospital. We went to Mama Lucy because it was next to, because I come from Islando. So
Yeah.
we just went to Mama Lucy.
Uh-huh.
So we
Your
went to
mom
Mama
is
Lucy.
after after that.
Yeah,
Islando.
Islando. Islando village. So I would
Uh-huh.
ask myself, we go there and like ask the lady, like, are the doctors here? They were so mean. Unaona ni saa ngapi? So ngoje kwanza, endo kae uko ngoje. It's like, what?
Let me
Excuse
tell
me?
you, something happens. I have nurses in my family, okay, and I have
Mhm.
cousins and everything. I'm not saying they're mean, but I've seen how they switch when they are working and when they're at home. You meet them when they're working with their uniform, they are like, okay, I'm now in control. I'm here. I'm the one who is talking here.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Like they try to misuse that power so much. Yeah, even Lila is saying it's a horror story. It is a horror
Mhm.
story being just even I was visiting a cousin of mine who got sick on my holiday in Kenya. And you get in, we are talking and having a good time, visiting time, and then the nurse comes in and you see all patients trying to hide and trying to, they're all scared of the nurse. You are sick. You're not supposed to be scared of this person who is giving you medicine.
Mhm. No,
I
it's
don't know
bad. It's bad.
them at all. Have you heard about maternities? It's
Oh
worse.
yeah. I remember my sister, I have two sisters who gave birth in Kenyatta, and if I every time I listen to their stories giving birth, it's horror.
Oh
It's
my
extremely
God.
bad.
Who wants to give
Like
birth
from
like that?
my mom was there and my sisters were there for my third born sister when she gave birth to her first kid, and the head was already crowning, and then she would
Mhm.
tell the lady, I'm ready, I want to push, I feel the baby
Yeah,
coming, and then the
yeah,
lady would tell her, don't push, wait, don't push, and my sister is saying, I feel the urge, I have to push, and then
yes,
the next thing is like you open the legs, the language they use, was I
yeah,
there when you got pregnant, can you please
yeah.
hold your legs up, and sometimes I had sometimes they hit. It's like, what? My second born sister was hit because she tore, because she couldn't wait. She was told not to push, and she was pushing. So she tore from the front side to the back. And the lady, instead of like even helping her, was insulting her. Oh my
I,
goodness.
I cannot. I can. I'm telling you. Most of the times they always said. One person also told me that she went to have bath and when she was it was really painful, like she was like the same thing, I want to push, it's really painful, and the nurse was like, if it was painful you'd not be able to be talking, you'd not be able to talk to me. Ati, I'll
Mm-hmm.
know when it's painful because you'll not be able to talk. Wait until you can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
I think the Kenyan government should do something with maternity health care and stuff. Maybe they should make the nursing for the Hebam, what call Hebam, midwives. Maybe they should
Yes,
make the midwife hospital. Maybe open an extra hospital that is for fully trained. I don't know. Maybe we nurses in the diaspora, if we come together, maybe open something that helps with the little that people have. I don't
yes.
understand. I don't understand what's going
Yeah,
on
that
here.
is also that is one of the things that I also want to do in Kenya. And that's why I said you and I will have to hold hands one day and do something, and other people will want to join us. But it always breaks my heart. Like people don't even have money for healthcare. It is
Yeah,
hard enough to go to a hospital in Kenya. People are even dying at home because of something like malaria or blood sugar, right? Very, very tiny
I had
stuff.
malaria in Kisumu. I had malaria because I come from the Lake region. So I remember I had my life 5 times malaria. And the worst was when my father got transferred to Kakamega, and my mom didn't have money. And we went
Yes.
to the hospital. I had a very high fever. I was shaking. My iris was already going away, like
Oh my
gonna baki
God.
white. My mother thought I'm dying. So going to the hospital, imagine we were chased away because my mama doesn't have money just to get the drip,
That is the
just to get
worst
the
thing.
drip.
That is the worst thing in Kenya. The worst thing is not even being jobless, guys. It's being sick and nobody will attend to you
Mm.
because you don't have money for it. And something has to be done. But the problem is, I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to start a hospital where you're treating people for free and people who
Mhm.
also have money will not come because that's
Yeah,
Kenyans.
Yeah, but
That is
there's like something like this Doctors Ohne Grenze. It's here in Germany. If you just
yes,
join it, 3 or 4 Kenyans would join. Like they have so many contacts with West African countries like Liberia and stuff. I remember it
yes,
from where I did my Ausbildung Klinikum
yes,
Augsburg. Now it's not. Them days it was Central Klinikum. Now it's, I think, Uniklinik Augsburg. So
yes.
there were some nurses who had contact with doctors, Ärzte ohne Grenze. These are
Mhm.
doctors who combine, and then doctors contribute some things, and they're on a ship, and they go help there for free.
Doctors
So,
Without Borders, Monica. Yes.
and I remember also, yeah, sorry,
I wish we could do something like that. So you
but
look
there's a
for
Kenyan who
contact
does it the
center.
same. There's a Kenyan who does it. Dr. Ouko is in Clinicum Augsburg. He is a
Mm-hmm.
cardiologist, and used to organize like runs where he would go to Kenya, and then with some hospitals he would organize some doctors, and then he would meet up with some cardiologists, and then the help he got from this side from the doctors here, I think it's a connection thing. He would
Yeah.
go to Kenya, and then like patients who have problem with the heart, he would use to help there too.
Yeah,
Connection.
wow. I would love to see that happen in Kenya because it is really sad how hard it is to get healthcare, and that is a human right to get healthcare. So okay, going away from that, I also hope that they really, really, really look into nurses because nurses in Kenya are well trained. That is not the problem. They are really well trained, and I know most Kenyans, most nurses in Kenya who know medicine by the way it
They are
smells,
good.
by the way it looks. They're really good at that, but they also misuse their power. They feel like they're so powerful taking care of nurses when it should be the other way around. They are supposed to give service to patients, not to control them around. Anyway, that is just our opinion, Rose and myself, right, Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me read a few of these and then we continue with how we did nursing here. Jina mama anasema ati mimi big joke. You can also start YouTube. Imagine we will support you, and you don't have to talk so much like myself and Rose. You can even start something with just background music, and and you show us the whole city without talking. You don't have to talk. There's a lot of ways to start a channel.
Tomorrow they're posting another video about baby mom challenged me to post a video about hormonal imbalance. I sat down, researched. Tomorrow, get ready to see that video.
Baby mom, where are you? Come and see. It was not supposed to be a joke, and she's serious about it. I'm very happy you've done that. I want to hear all of that. Oh my god, that's going to be a lot of work researching for hormonal imbalance.
It was a lot.
Are you done with it? Editing?
No, I'm not done. Finished editing. I'll post it maybe tomorrow between 11, 12 there. I'm still editing it. I'll post it for sure. Promise.
Okay. And we're waiting for that. Guys, tomorrow we are going to Rose Achibela and looking for that video. Ushatuambia shida yako. Umejipea pressure.
Wow. Okay.
Alex Asema, I tried BFD and I had to drop once I realized it's not what I want to do in Deutschland. What is BFD? Ni kama FSJ?
Nika FSJ, yeah, kinda.
Okay. If it's not for you, then I always say, even if you go to nursing and it's not for you, drop out as soon as possible. Don't wait for 2 years to go by before you drop out. Drop out as soon as possible and start something else. Haraka, time isikupite.
Next month.
Yeah? Even after 1 year, if you don't like it, you can still drop off. Yeah, it's better than waiting until the last minute and then still dropping off. Nursing Kenya is a horror. No. You are right, Leila. Maternity is worse. Yes, maternity, don't just even talk. Maternity is worse, guys. Exactly, you'll even get beaten. Oh my God. So, Kenya and healthcare is a mess. My boyfriend got sick and we went to Kenya in a hospital, and I was very surprised. They were so nice, but it was a private one also because it was the nearest to where we were staying. It was expensive, but they were so nice, and it was okay. It is not what I expected, but the public ones are a devil's workshop. I'm sorry. Anyway. Let us continue. Rose, so you started nursing. How did you think you're going to make it? Because I was scared about nursing in Germany, because my German was not that good.
I was already scared when my results slip was translated, because I have two. I have Form 4 and I have Form 6. And For Form 6, I could study, but I was like, studying, wacha kwanza nione health sector vile
Oh
nakaa,
my God, I wish I had that.
because so many Kenyans were telling me, fanya nursing or try it. Nursing inasaidia. Nursing gives you like time to stay in Germany, gives you a visa, of course. I hope some people here know the requirements you're applying for nursing, what you need and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I think when my results were translated, and then that moment I was like, okay, mimi ni mtu wa masi, nitaezaje? I was like, okay, let me just see and see if it works out. You can hear me?
I can hear you. I'm just waiting for my boyfriend to pick his call. It's a little bit loud.
So I thought from the beginning, I'm not going to make it. First of all, the first lesson, anatomy was okay because some things you can connect, Latin and English. And then the hardest lesson that came was social kunde, and then law. When law subject came, I was like, I'm not going to make it. This is not mine. I'm not going to make it. It's too hard. Or the teacher stands there and he says Guten Morgen in German. The lesson starts, the language, and then your language level is not so high. I was like, how am I going to do this? And then he's telling us we're going to have an exam. I was like, oh, goodness. How am I going to do this?
Oh, don't even start. Judy, thank you for joining us. Judy anakusalamia.
Hi, Judy.
Guzi ist also heute. Dankeschön, Judy. Heute habe ich mein Make-up live gemacht. Das Video ist hier, also unter diese. Ich weiß nicht, ob noch schon zu sehen ist, aber ich habe heute live gemacht. Dankeschön. Okay. Dankeschön. Okay, so, oh my God, I also remember going to school and I sat there for my first lesson. I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing in a nursing class in Germany where it's going to be taught in German? First of all, I hated biology in school. You cannot even believe it.
I loved biology.
I hated biology in school. I did physics and chemistry and I was very good at it. Actually, I was the best in our school for physics and chemistry. But biology... So I was like, how am I supposed to do biology in Germany? You know, like in German also. So the first class was very terrifying. And until we did the first test, I wasn't sure what I'm doing at all. I was not sure. I was just studying as much as I could. I had to translate a lot in the first year or the first few months until the end of the first exam in 6 months. I was translating a lot on Google Translate because you know, medicine words are not the same like, you know, children German, because I was used to being an au pair. I was speaking to children, and now you're studying like half of medicine in German, and the words are like this big. You know German now, the words are this big. So that was really hard for me. How many were you? How many Black people were you in your class?
Funny enough, we were in the beginning. We were 2. My friend Pauline was there with me, and Pauline was very sharp. Pauline was she would get things very fast, but she was a quiet person. We do exams. She's getting 1s and 2s. Me, I'm struggling with my 2s and 3s, and this chick is always getting Einser und Zweier. I'm like, wow, what are you doing? Then she gave me tips. She does with Google Translator, just like you. And then slowly, because she was very quiet, another girl came and started. And she was the oldest. She was our class mom. She started with 41. She was a mommy.
Wow.
Mommy.
And getting her
she was getting 1s. And we studied the 3 of us, even the language was hard. Then we realized we can't do the 3 of us. We just speak Swahili. So we started like always the 2-3 German girls we had in class, we would include them, and that really helped. Really, it helped. We find like somebody's good in anatomy, we would sit that person, danganya kidogo, like make their hair or stuff like that. We send them. We go to the library, and then that person helps us. Or somebody's good in law, so we make sure we chat with them, joke around, and then that German person becomes friends, and they used to help us out. Tips, those are what helped me to understand more subjects. And most of the friends we had in my class, some did Abi, so most of them could speak English too. We were lucky to have people who were speaking English, Germans who could speak English, so they were helping us out. But in total, in our class, we started when we were 32, and then some people left, and then by the time we did the exam, we were 24.
Okay, so you lost also so many people like us. We also lost a lot of people along the way.
Yeah, and funny enough, most people who left were Germans. I don't understand why.
Yeah. let me tell you that something else. Like most Africans, when they start, they finish. Like I've not seen any African who started or any Kenyan who started and dropped off. But
And we lose
for
teachers.
us, we don't. But for us, we don't have like so many opportunities. So you want to make it work fast until
Yeah.
the end. If it doesn't work, okay, but you want to try as much as you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and then
You
most
keep
of the
them.
also, yeah, and then most of them also who are born here have more responsibilities. They have their big extended families here. They have to go to this wedding, this funeral, this, then this, and this. As when you're here, your family is back in Kenya. You can only study. You can only go to class. It's either maybe you have a boyfriend or not, but you can only go to class. So you have a lot of time, let me say. Like you don't
Yeah.
have too many responsibilities. Oh my God. So how did you feel about your first test in nursing school?
My first test, I was so tense. It was a Pflege und Betreuung. Pflege and
Uh-huh.
Betreuung is generally how you take care of the patient. You know how you have general knowledge of how taking of the patient, how to prevent like the patient from getting wounds,
Yeah.
wound management, how to handle like the drips and stuff like that. So I went before the test. I talked to my teacher. I told her, you know what, I'm good at speaking, but writing, I have a problem. So she was like, no
Yes.
problem. You can write with the rest. I feel like you can write with mistakes, but so long as I understand, it's okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we decided with my other Kenyan girlfriends, we went to the teachers and we told them we have problems maybe with writing. Can we write sometimes we don't understand something in English? We had very good teachers who understood. And I think what helped us also when they saw we were hardworking, and when you have the practical times in the hospital and the theory time you have the class. So we
Yes.
put more effort and they would see like always time we're punctual, how to take care of the patient, they are clean and stuff like that. It would really help us out. We had so many teachers who are always backing us up. But two or three
Yeah.
teachers you find along the way who are so rude to you, and then you still
Yes.
have to show them that I can do this. Even if you think
Yes.
I can't do this, I'm going to prove you that I can do this. So the
Yeah.
first step I did with my language, let me tell anyone who starts nursing, it didn't go out good. I did not fail. I had a 4. Let me be honest, I got a 4.
Yes.
4 is
Yes.
almost like you're about to fail, but you still passed.
But you're still there
So
at the grenze, at the
at the,
borders.
at the border. So it surprised me a lot, and it showed me, okay, maybe next time I put more effort. But use your
Yes.
teachers. If you're studying nursing, who are here starting nursing, use your teachers, communicate with your teachers, and that helps. That helps a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something else also realized. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Kara just came in. Thank you, Kara and Jiko, for coming in. I'm so happy you guys join us every day. You cannot even, I wish I could hug all of you. I'm very grateful for you guys. So, Rose and myself, we're talking about nursing and how we did nursing and just sharing stories of how it was for us, for anybody who is thinking of going into nursing or anybody who's just curious about what we do, because most Kenyans in Germany are nurses. So we want to explain what happens in there. So my first exam was anatomy for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our teacher was very, very serious about it, and okay, so we did anatomy and all that. But there is another one of those tests also. I got a 4, and I was like, oh my god, what happened? But I know what happened. I went out partying because I was that kind of a girl, and I underestimated that test. I was like, I can read tomorrow and I'll be okay. Niko bado na weekend mzima sijui nini nini. And then over the weekend, I looked at the work we were supposed to do as a test on Monday, and it was so hard to do in 2 days. It was so hard. I had to, because it was my first test, a lot of Latin inside there, and it was a lot of what is it called? Auswendig lernen.
Um, like practical
A lot
thinking,
of cramming, yeah. And I
programming.
did, yeah, and the cramming, and I think it was something to do with nerves or bones or something. And it was so much much Latin, and a lot of cramming, and it was so hard. Like I went blank when doing the exam, like things that I cannot cram well. I'm that person who reads details and keeps them for a very long time, but cramming has never been my strong suit. So the first, like I think it was one of the first 3 ones, but the others I did well. The others I had like a 1 or something, but the others I had 4. And then after that, it opened my eyes. I was like, if you continue like this says, you're not going to be able to, the first 6 months, because the first 6 months are the most important ones. That's the trial time. After
Yeah.
that, it's good. If you don't pass that, you're not good continuing with the course. And I was like, I have to be careful with this partying, and because I was in nursing school quarters, so with so many girls in the same quarters, and we were all living there, and there was a lot of partying going on and going out together. So I had to cut a lot of people out so that I can study. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made it the trial 6 months. Eh, did your teachers confuse you and the other girl a lot?
Yeah, a lot. Well, it used to
Same.
we would be called different names all the time because we were only 3 black girls in the class all the time. Okay,
Yes,
our class mama, nobody would confuse her because she was the oldest. But
yes.
me and the other one, they used to confuse us, although she's shorter than me and I'm taller. I don't understand why. Or they'll get my name wrong. Before I changed my
Yes.
name, I used to have my dad's name. So my dad's name, I would be called, okay, my parents' name, my dad's name is Opio. I would be called Opoyo. In Luo, Opoyo is like a papaya.
Rose papaya. I'm sorry. Let me tell you. Mine is Kamau, right?
Yeah.
And my teacher would always call me Kaman. I have never understood how Kamau comes to Kaman,
I don't know.
but
It's
he
so easy.
instead of a U, he always wrote an N, and I never understood if that is Turkish or I did not know if it was from the Turks, if it was from Turkey, or I don't know where the name came from. But he was German. He never wrote my name right. Cecilia was always either C-A with an umlaut
Mhm.
and then CE, which is just wrong, which was better than SESI. Yeah, my name was always wrong. Even the day of the exam, I had to go to him to make sure he does not confuse it. I was like, before we start the exam next week, I want you to write my name correctly. It's written like this because I had always let it go the whole of the 3 years, even if he
Oh,
got it
me
wrong.
never let it go. Me never
I
let it
wasn't
go.
so I wasn't it was too much until I was like, I have enough things to worry about. If it's
Mm.
small tests here and there and he's calling me Cecilia with umlaut and with S and with double
Wow.
L, and it was always wrong. So at the end he got it right and he was always apologizing, but he wasn't too keen to really know my name. But we were 3 girls that were Kenyans and we were always top 5. Like we were always doing really well. So we were also very
Same,
proud of
same to
that.
us, the Kenyans. I don't know Kenyans. I think that if you come
Kenyans,
from boarding
big.
school, every time we did exam, also the same. People thought me I got pregnant in my 3rd year.
Ah, was it in nursing school?
Yeah, it was. So
What happened?
I went back to school. My mom came. The first 3 months she came after I gave birth because the last month before giving birth you have to stay home for 6 weeks.
Yes.
So I gave birth and then I was at home and then we organized. My mom came to Germany and then took care of my daughter. It was the hardest time of my life because I had to leave my 3-month-old at home and I'm breastfeeding. So imagine during lessons, your chest is full, but according to the rules of school, I was allowed to come with my pump and pump milk, and we have the fridge where you put your milk. And my hubby would
Nice.
sometimes come from the uni, and then he would come after he finished uni. Now he would come with the car and then pick up the milk, bring it to the baby.
He's also in uni. You're still in nursing school, and you have a baby. Oh my god! How did you
It was
guys
not
do that?
planned. My daughter was not planned. That's why I call her Imani. She's a miracle. I was told I'll
Oh
never
my
get baby.
god! Let me
It's like
tell you,
a
every woman here, we are proud of you, Rose. We are proud of you for going through that because I know that is not enough. That is not easy. And I'm also sick and tired of people expecting women to do everything. We are strong, but really, we are proud of you. You did well. Gina Mami saying Kenyans we are so sharp. Yes, Kenyans, we are sharp, we are hardworking. When we start, we know how to finish. We know how to really go for that if that's what you want. But we also know very fast if it's not what you want, like Alex was saying, and then you can just leave it. Grace Favored is saying, thanks for this video. I'm learning the language now. Grace, let me tell you, we cannot talk about nursing in Germany without speaking German. It's not easy because we did German, we did nursing in German. It's not easy. We're trying totally. But if you're learning some German, we love that also. We are all for that. So, I remember we were also 3 girls. I don't want to mention the other 2 because privacy. But they always kept confusing our names also. And if you looked at the 3 of us, nobody looked at the other. Not even the height, not even the complexion, nothing. We were all totally different. But somehow they always found a way to confuse our names. Did you have German friends in nursing school?
Yeah, I had lots of German friends because I made that as a strategy for me during nursing that I wanted to include my friends, not only students, But there are even some nurses we went out to party, young who are the ones who had finished before me, and it really helped. Like if they had extra, they already did their nursing and they had extra books or extra. Germans, when they start something, they never throw it away. So if you find like a nurse already finished nursing and passed, they will give you your file. So okay, the next time I have anatomy test, it's exactly what is if she was in the same school. So you have at least something to study at home for, yeah.
That is what helped me also. Yes.
So I would study before, and then the tip was I would start studying for an exam 1 week or 2 weeks before. If I knew, okay, this is the timetable, we're having an exam, 1 or 2 weeks before, I would start studying. So by the time the exam comes, already it's in your mind. I think that's what most Kenyans do. Preparation is key.
We know how to study. That's what I'm talking about. Like we learned in school how to study. And you remember even in high school, they'll give you the papers from another school, they'll give you another papers from other schools and from the people before you. You'd always have a lot to compare, right?
Yeah.
And I realized most Germans don't know that trick. And that is what helps us Kenyans in Germany also. We know how to look for papers with other students in other schools or those that were before us. I always had the test before they came also. I think that's what helped me too. Thank you for reminding me. I always had a file from someone else. Nancy Luvai is also in the house. Thank you so much for joining us. We are talking with the beautiful Rose, and we are talking about nursing in Germany and having a good time and just comparing notes because we both went. But I just realized that Rose had a baby in nursing school. Maybe I was already before that, and I did not even. Yeah, I had a boyfriend by then, but I was already overwhelmed. I did not want to see him. It was just too much.
I carried my baby full time, 8 months. They told me to go home 4th month. I was like, I feel fine. I'll carry this. I was going to work with a big belly, 8th month. And then from the 8th month, I stopped. I was like, I have to go home because it was too heavy. And I was even risking my life because I was at the intensive care unit. And that sometimes you do the arterial, how you do the, what do you call it? Arterial blood, how you take it to do the blood gas analysis.
Yes.
They would tell me not to do that. I tell them if I have gloves, it's not splashing on me. I know this patient doesn't have HIV or anything. I would take it out. I do the blood gas analysis, take it to the doc, they check, setting Alice.
Okay.
Alice. All of them like, wow, do this. Do this. This is a risico. This is a risk. Don't do it. I'm like, I don't care.
Oh my God, I am just, you are blowing me out. And today I'm just, oh my God. Umenishtua. Sikuwa najua nilikuwa nursing school, but I'm very, very, very proud of you. Aki kabisa.
If you're a mom here and you're interested in nursing, what is stopping you? Go, do it.
Yeah.
How did the mom do it?
Behind us was another Kenyan also who was 43. Na alifanya na kamaliza. And she had big. Yes. So if you're here and you still want to go to nursing, go. You will deal with everything huko ndani. Usikose kwenda nursing ama kwenda shule because of that. Oh my God, you just encouraged me also on something else I want to do soon, Rose. So
okay, I keep my mouth mute.
I wanted to ask, were you living in the nursing quarters or were you already living with your husband?
I was living with my husband.
Okay. Sisi, we were in those two servants' quarters. To bed sitter. We were in those 2 bed sitters that is just a 1 room, and then our room had its own furniture, so it was a small bed. You know those beds. It was a small bed, and chini ya bed ndio kuna unaweza weka bed sheets and some shoes chini ya bed, and then they had a wardrobe, but it was built in kabisa hivyo, huwezi change, and then there was a sink, and that was
it. Bathroom outside.
Bathroom outside. Kama tu nini mtaani nini South Sea ama Dandora. Bathroom outside, toilets outside. But it was like every floor. It was like 9 floors. Every floor had its own toilets kwa kona hivi. That's how we continued for 3 years, and it was so much fun. Pia, a lot was going on in those hostels. Why?
Me too. Before I got pregnant, I used to meet my friends there, and then we go out. Then when I found out I was pregnant, oh gosh, life stopped.
Life did not stop. Life went another direction. Gina Mom is also saying, so proud of you. Yes, we are proud of her. She did well, feeling encouraged. I really want to do nursing. Thanks, guys. Lillian, Irene, we are very glad we're encouraging you, because if you have babies or not, or if you know you're going to get pregnant on the way or not, just start. Start.
Prepare your papers.
Yeah.
Prepare your papers, apply. Like if it's right now we have March, start now, wherever you're living, because September, October is when they close. So if you don't start early and you apply late, so you have to wait in a waiting list until next year. So start now. If you have questions of what you need for application, I think both of us can tell you what you need, and let's see. Yeah.
But start now. Yeah. So you can go also to Rose Archibella's Instagram, follow her, and then ask her all the questions on IG or on DM what you have, or ask me. If I don't know, I'll ask. Huh?
My IG, I've not included it, but I'll write it in. Rose Probst.
Yeah.
I hate my surname because it's so hard. I always have to spell it.
Prost. Prost is not hard.
PR and then Obst.
Probst. Oh, okay. Now I get it. That is hard then. But do you know what mine will be? Once I get married, it's going to be Masmaya.
Even for the Germans on the phone, and I call a doctor, I always have to spell it. I don't understand why.
Yes. The problem that with the surname I'll get once we get married, Masmaya, is because it's the double S, and most people write it in a sharp S.
So yeah. Masmaya is beautiful.
Huh?
That's beautiful.
Masmaya. I love the name Masmaya, but you have to always explain to people how it's written. And my boyfriend is very keen on that. It's like not double S, the sharp S. So for people who are not in Germany, I don't know how I can explain that. I don't know if I can try and write it on the screen so that you guys know my boyfriend's surname, but I'll talk to you as we continue. So where were we? So, and then you went back after your baby was born? And
actually, my teachers were against it. My teachers were against it. They told me I have to stay for half a year. And I realized if I stay for half a year, I'll lose my Kenyan friends because we were helping each other study. And then I have to start in a new class, another 6 months. So they do exams. So when I come back, they've already graduated, and then I go back to school. So I told my teacher, no, I'll stay home for 3 months. And then alternative, after 3 months, I'll come back to school.
So you did not go to the next class?
No, I told my teacher, I was given an alternative, either there's a 3 months, you can come back to school, and everybody thought I'm crazy, or you can wait for 6 months. Then after 6 months, you come back to school. So I told my teacher, I don't want to stay home for 6 months. I'll forget the language. I would have forgotten everything we did during the course. Yes. I'll organize myself. I organize my parents come, and after that, me and my hubby organize an au pair, so that I can finish school. So when my mom left, my daughter was already 6 months. She came when she was 3 months, and then and then when she left, she was 6 months, and then when the au pair came, she was almost 9 months. So I was there. I said,
how are you able to stay in class and not think about your daughter the whole time, Aki?
It's hard. It's always during the breaks. I used to take my phone, or the au pair would send me pictures, or my mom would send me pictures, or my mom would write me that she's fine, she's been bathed, she's been given food and everything. And she was an easy baby. She used to sleep good. She was not a cry baby. So long as she had something to do, that was lucky. And I got yes, by the way.
Wow. Mungu anakupenda sana. Lillian, Irene, welcome so much. Thank you for being here. CMK Mia is saying, I'm very interested in nursing, but unfortunately, I'm still in Kenya. Hopefully, one day I will do it. You're making it look very simple. Okay.
Apply BFD or FSO from Kenya.
Yes.
There are people coming from Kenya with FSO.
Yeah, I will tell you this, Simki Mia. Start German classes right away, like right now. That is where the first step is. Start German classes, and then once you're like, okay, now I know a little bit about German, then apply for voluntary work in Germany. Voluntary work you'll always get because they always need extra hands in hospitals and all that, and they're paid very little, so they don't mind at all giving you a visa for that. You will get that, and then you'll be here for 1 year, up to 1.5 years as a voluntary worker. And during that time, you'll also be preparing yourself with the language and the culture, and then after that, you can start nursing school. There's always a way. There's always a way. So don't think it's impossible. It's not easy. We're not saying it's easy, but it's not impossible at all.
But it's makeable. You can achieve it. You can get your you can finish and get your certified nurse. It's achievable.
If Rose did it with a baby, a 3-month-old baby, anyone can do it. Winnie Mahinda is also in the house. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. So, Rose, you blew my mind today. I did not even know all of that. So now you're done with nursing, and they allowed you to go back, which is unheard of. I've never had anyone going back and continuing in the same class. Like in 3 months, you are like, okay, I've gotten a baby, I'm back here. Like I don't know, like a ninja. That is some gangster stuff, I'm telling you. And then you went back and finished, and then where did you start working?
When I finished, I started like at the gastroenterology, that is with the stomach. And I didn't stay for long because the motherly guilt hit me a bit, and I worked there for like I think 3-4 months, and it was okay, but it was too much work. Patients coming and going. Patient coming and going. That station, you're always dealing with people who are vomiting, who have diarrhea, patients who are cancer patients, all that jazz. So if you're not the kind of person who has a hard heart, you can't make it. But it was okay. It was fun because it's challenged me. Like if you had to take care of the that day you are in charge of the station. It challenged me a lot because patients, like Sugang, when the patients come, you have to all that paperwork, organize things, organize their room, the computer stuff like administration work and all that stuff, and then make sure that you have the administration work, the paperwork, looking after the patient, giving them what to wear, giving them what to eat, all that stuff. Organization, it was fun, but at some time I was like, I can't do this. It's too much.
Yes.
I would come home. I have a little baby. She was already almost a year now. I was breastfeeding, and it was too much. I noticed it was too much. I had to stop.
Yeah. So now I know right now you're not working, right?
No, until next year.
Yeah. But before you stopped working or before you got your second baby and all that, what were you doing? Had you already gone out of the hospital and gone to Flegedins? Or one to Flegedins?
When I left now, where we're living, we used to live in Augsburg. So we built in where we're living in Munich. So we had to move. So we moved here, and I was pregnant with my second born. But at that time, I decided instead of staying home, you can still study like Weiterbildung if you want like to do the intensive care, or if you want to be like maybe Matron, Leitung for a station. So I was interested in like Weiterbildung, like onkologische Krankenschwester.
Nice, to work with cancer patients.
Yeah, so that one you need an extra Weiterbildung to do that. So the time I was at home looking care of my baby, I've been studying that, almost finished now.
I thought I knew a lot about you. Now I see I don't know anything. We need to start learning you again. Lillian Irene is saying, do I need the FSCert as well before I enroll, or it's direct? You need. Okay, you can do it direct. If you live in Germany already and you know German and you know the culture, you don't need FSCert. But if you don't know the culture or the language, I would tell you to do FSCert, definitely. Lillian Irene say, congratulations, Rose. Yes, congrats. You're almost done with school while still taking care of your babies. Yeah, so guys, let me tell you, my thing was, after nursing school, I went to ICU because I always wanted to work at the intensive care also. But I was telling people before you came in, it was just too much. It was too much because our hospital, the hospital I was working, our hospital and the hospital and another hospital in the city, they joined forces and they did a fusion. They call it a fusion. They like joined two hospitals in order to save money. But the problem was they joined two hospitals, so the workload became twice because most of intensive patients they brought to us, and most of other patients they brought there, because depending on which doctors were better, right? So in intensive care, we got double the job. The patients were the same. What do I want to say? The nurses were the same. So the nurses have not increased. The job has increased. The pay has not increased. The off days have not increased. So all of a sudden, I'm supposed to have two patients, because I always had two patients every shift. Like, you have one room with two patients because it's intensive care and a lot of machines and everything. And all of a sudden, I had six on a daily basis. So from 4 to 6 intensive care patients, yes, you got 2 rooms. There was a lot of work, and because of that, most of my colleagues started getting sick, so when you're supposed to be off, you'll still be called to come in and work. When you're supposed to be off, when you're supposed to be on holiday, they'll tell you, okay, don't go on holiday because you don't have anyone. And after some time, I was like, no, I can't do this anymore, which was very unfortunate for me, because I loved working at the intensive care. I worked very hard to get into that station, and like you're doing a Weiterbildung. I did not do a Weiterbildung for intensive care, but when I was there, they had a lot of other courses for us, Like every 2 weeks, there will be something to do with airwaves. There'll be something to do with medicine, something to do with BTM medicine, right? There was always something, always a test and a course and a test and a course for Fortbildung. We had a lot of them. Yeah, we had a lot of them at intensive care. So I learned a lot and studied a lot in order to be there, but it was too much work. So that's how I went to Pflegedienst.
Oh, Pflegedienst is nice.
Yeah. So for people who don't, let me explain them a little bit. For people who don't know what Pflegedienst is, it is. Hi, Manaidi. Thank you so much for joining us. I missed you so much. For people who don't know what Pflegedienst is, it is you, instead of being in the hospital, you take care of people in their own home. So you go to someone's home who is sick and take care of them there, and the insurance pays for that, and the insurance pays the company that is employing you. So for me, my patient, I just go there and I make sure I'm there for 12 hours. It's always 7 to 7 or 7 to 7. And you're there for 12 hours, which means you only have one patient. You know this patient inside out. So if anything changes by them, you already know what to do or what is wrong with them. And you know what is funny? You get paid more than the hospital. That is something I've never understood.
Yeah, I've heard of Pflegedienst. My husband was telling me, why can't I start Pflegedienst, because of the kids and stuff, because you have like, if you're a night person, because me, I prefer doing night shift compared to early shift. Late shift, I'm a night person. I hate early shift. I'd rather start working at night.
Yes.
And my in-laws were telling me about that, and they pay good, because in our city, they're really looking for people to do that.
Yes.
And I was considering, okay, now Onco is good, because Onco, even if you've studied it, Weiterbildung, you finish, Onco is something to do with cancer, for people who don't understand, people who have cancer kind of diseases. And if you also do what CES is doing, the same, after you did your Weiterbildung, you can still work with such patients. It's advantages, not so many patients, and you get paid good. Yeah, you get paid good. And as a mom, if you have moms here, you can organize the whole day, watch the kids, and at night, if your hobby is watching the kids, you watch your night shift, you come back home in the morning, the children are in the kita or kindergarten, then you have your rest, and then you can watch the kids again, then you go back to work again at night.
Yeah, even most people most people I've worked with also have, not most people, but a lot of people have had kids, and it works really well, because they just stay at the whole day with the kids, or take them from school and make them dinner and everything, and then they come to work at 7. So at 7, your kids are also falling asleep. They're almost going to bed. It's like 1 hour before they go to bed, and then your hubby can help you, an au pair, and then they go to bed. Before they wake up in the morning, you are there at 7 a.m. So it helps.
Thanks for the tip. It will help me out for looking for new jobs now.
Yeah, definitely. And Pflegedienst are everywhere, and you get paid well. And also the fact that I'm only working, I'm working 12 hours a shift instead of 7 or 8 in hospitals. I'm working for 12 hours. So that means, because I'm working 12 hours, I have my hours very, very fast. I get my weekly hours very fast. The 40 hours a week, I get them very fast. So I only work 15 days in a month. That's 100%.
Wow, that's good.
And the money I get for working 15 nights in a month, nobody can get that in the hospital. I don't think anybody is better paid than I am. Really. I'm not even joking, yes. So the money is good and then hours are good. I get so much free time at night. At the night shift, my patient is sleeping the whole night. I'm reading, I'm on Clubhouse, I'm editing my videos, I'm even doing Spanish. It is just a win-win situation for me. The disadvantage, because there's a big disadvantage. The disadvantage is you forget everything you studied. I cannot go to the hospital right now because I would need a few months to go back to everything I studied. Because when you have one patient, they have the same disease, they have the same medicine, they have the same creams. Nothing changes as much, just a little things here and there. So all the other diseases you learned or all the other medicine you learned kind of start evaporating from your head because you're not using that.
I don't think so, because I think if you go back to work still, you have the what do you call it? Anarbeitung. Anarbeitung is called in German. Like, you have a colleague who's going to help you get in the system. And then already, I think for you, because you have the experience in intensive care, you always have Anarbeitung for 6 weeks with a colleague. I think for you, because you already have that intensive care side, if you go back to the hospital, it will come fast. It will come fast. Yeah.
I think I would also need some time to just start, bringing it all back to my head. But right now, if something happens new to my patient, I have to go back to books, and I'm like, oh my God, I've already forgotten that. That is the biggest disadvantage in Pflegedienst. But everything else, it's a win-win situation. I'm never going back to the hospital in Germany. That is the truth. I'm not even lying. Mwanaidi is saying, ich lerne gerade Pflege, ich habe Angeboten von der Arbeitsamt bekommen, es gibt viele Schwierigkeiten mit der Sprache, ich habe immer noch Probleme mit Grammatik. Dein Grammar ist richtig gut. Guys, okay, so for those people who do not understand, Mwanaidi is saying that she still has problems with her grammar, but she still wants to go back to doing nursing. And I can see her grammar is even better than mine. Mwanaidi, your grammar is good. Your grammar is good. Just go back to school. Go back to school. And if there's anything you need that we can do, Rose and myself will help you. If there's anything you need to know about nursing school. Nothing's Meakole. Yes, Judy saying night shifts have more money. Definitely. Yeah. That is also I've never understood that one also, because I do nothing at night, like very little at night. And someone in the day shift is going to be running around the whole day, and I get paid more.
At night. I remember night shift where I used to work. Wow, there was no break. There was no break.
I see things like unfair to them.
If I don't do Pflegedienst, maybe I go to OP, because operation also, if you have kids, you start at 8 in the morning. So you prepare all the instruments, and then they have a specific time when the operations are finished. So maybe at 12 or 1 o'clock, because I have a friend who works in OP. So she was telling me always between 12 and 1, she was gone at home. From 8 to 1, and then you're finished. And then the payment is also good. And also there's a Weiterbildung. You have to take care of the smell, or the smell when they're operating on people.
Yes.
If you're not a person who's like, yuck, everything, you can do it good. OP is also good. And you learn a lot of things.
Yes. For myself, I knew I did not want to work in the operation room, just because the experience I had when I was studying. When you're in nursing school, you also have to go to all these posts, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Family Vlogs is here, and he's a medical officer. I don't know how they do it in Kenya, but in Germany, when you're doing nursing school, there's theory and there's practice. I think in Kenya, they have theory like for 3 years, and then there's practice for 1 year, something like that. In Germany, you have like 6 weeks school, 6 weeks or 4 weeks in the nursing in one of those posts, either by kids or oncology or cardiology. They will keep you like that.
I think you have 2,100 hours of theory in school and 2,500 hours in practice that you have to go to the hospital to different parts of stations to learn things. Yeah.
Yes. I see you even remember the hours. I don't remember the hours. Which post did you like most, other than what you're doing right now? Is there, okay, let me do the other way. Which post did you like at all? You are like, I cannot be a nurse here.
God, what do you call it by women?
Gynecology.
Gynecology is interesting with the babies and stuff, but I love children, but I cannot be holding a plastic smile the whole time. Parents are annoying. That is so annoying. I'd rather look. That's why I respect midwives. Midwives, I respect a lot.
Mom
But
is here. She's a midwife.
there I wasn't finding it interesting. I found the heart with cardiology was very, very interesting. Neurology was very interesting. Intensive care was very interesting. With the kidneys, behind the snow.
The dialysis. Dialysis.
Dialysis was also very interesting because it's they just come there, you put in the shunt, you put the needle there, and then the machine does everything. It's not so much work. These are people who just come there. There's no flagge, you just have to monitor the machine, a little bit of administration work, that's it. That one I found interesting. Yeah. So if I ever want to go back to work, flagge these because of my kids when they're smaller, if they get a bit bigger, or pay, or with the heart, cardiology. Cardiology was interesting.
Yeah.
The heart was
I also love the heart very much. Cardiology I also love. But it's good that you mentioned gynecology, because when I was in the gynecology, no, the other way around. When I was supposed to be posted to the operation room, it was the gynecology operation room, and someone had breast cancer, and the breast had to be cut off.
Oh no.
And I had to stand there till the breast was cut off. And guys, that was not so nice to see. Like, you bring a patient in with a breast and you bring them out without one breast. And it was so hard for me to watch. And also there was another one also, and also forgetting where people get babies, Kaiserschnitt and everything. I was in the operation room, and I was like, I don't think I want to be in a dark room with only blood and everything, and dark and only handswear and just equipment. That is just too closed up for me. That is just every day. Huh?
What about chirurgy? Those ones with bones? That one, it's like a mechanic. The doctor is like a mechanic.
That is
armor.
They're just like
they move the leg or the hip. It's like a piece of meat. Oh God.
And most doctors for orthopedy, the orthopedy doctors are also grob like that. They're just rough. They're rough doctors. The orthopedy doctors are always cracking bones and The worst one is for the eyes. Don't go to the eye operation room. You don't want.
That is so easy. There's not so much work there.
Let me tell you, I hate eyes. Let me tell you, okay, I don't even like giving people eye drops. Like, my eyes is, every nurse has that thing. It's just too much for them, and everybody will tell you what is too much for them. There are even nurses who cannot see blood. There are nurses who cannot see puke. But every nurse has their AKL thing. What is it? What is AKL?
Your disgusting thing.
That's disgusting thing in nursing.
I don't like wounds. I hate wounds.
Mine was eyes. No, mine was eyes.
I don't like wounds. I hate wounds. The smell. I hate anything to do with wounds. The worst thing is when I saw a patient had a wound that was not healing, and then they put maggots inside the wound. They were so pain. And then when they got them 3 days later, the maggots were this big and fat. Ugh, that's disgusting.
That is so disgusting, guys. Oh my God. And we are nurses. So you can imagine someone who's not a nurse getting maggots in their wounds for them to eat everything up. Fidelis is saying, very informative. I'm a nurse work intensive in a neurology reha. I deal with patients with cannula aftershock or Hirn Blutung. I love it. Hirn Blutung is brain aneurysma, yes. Oh my God, I love that work. Fidelis, that is everything I always wanted to do. I wanted to be in the intensive care dealing with brain and brain injuries and shock and all of that. Good job. And you love it. I'm very, very proud of you also. Continue like that. I know this year has not been easy for you too.
Respect.
Yeah. Clapping for you too. Alex is saying, Alex, was mit Krankenhaus zu tun hat, ist für mich ein 999. Alex, it's not for everybody.
Not for everyone.
Hospitals are not for everybody. And it's good when you know that, right, Rose?
Yeah. And you don't have to work in a hospital. You can work in a small clinic. You can even finish and find yourself in a praxis with a doctor who has his own clinic. Patients come and go. Yes. You don't need to work in a hospital.
Yeah, but you also don't need to be a nurse. You don't have to. If you don't feel like it's something you really want to do, because you have to love it. The pay is not that good for you to do something you don't like. Definitely do something you like. I have also girlfriends that went into hospitality. They work in hotels and all that. Right now, they had a hard year because there was no work during
Yeah,
COVID, but
yeah.
they did not want hospital, so they chose something else. So it works also. I also do Abuntu Beatmung. Yes, Beatmung is was my and Beatmung is airwave, guys. What is it called? Air support.
Breathing support like that when you have the
Breathing. Yeah,
CPAP, yeah.
I never know how to say it in English. Also, Beatmung. Zie Ati. Hey, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Welcome so much to my channel. I think you're new. Thank you for joining us. Rosa Chibella is a YouTuber, as I am myself, and we are talking about nursing in Germany, and we are discussing how our experience was doing nursing in Germany and how we started working and everything in between. But we are using a lot of German words, so forgive us if they're too much. We'll always try to translate that because we did nursing in German. So, are you okay, Rose? Judy was also asking, how are you feeling now?
I feel good. I feel better. I'm getting next week. I'm getting myself checked up, but I'm feeling good. It's okay.
Yeah, she's feeling much
I know
better.
the struggle. I know the struggle, and I know which kind of doctors help. So I'm gonna get myself help. If you're here and the doctors are here, just use the resources that are here. And I hope my prayer that I found a doctor who's finally gonna give me this ion therapy and no more meds, because I hate meds. I'd rather get sick, lie down, get an injection, and get it done with, and then I forget it. Medication
Yes,
is for me
I
too hard. Yeah, but I'm
understand.
okay.
Are you looking for one, or are you expecting? But you said you have a termin.
Yeah, I have vitamin by Hausarts. Then it's going to check my iron levels again and my
Yeah,
hormone levels.
yeah.
And I hope what the outcome comes out. But the way I feel, I think my iron level, hemoglobin, it's called hemoglobin level, is low again. Uh,
Oh, oh my God. Judy saying, Gott sei Dank, dass dir besser geht. We are also very thankful that you're feeling better now. Continue telling us how you're feeling. We're praying for you. We hope that you feel better soon. We love you
Thank
when
you.
you're healthy and bubbly, like I told you yesterday. So we need it back. Please get well soon, definitely.
Ma'am.
Um, so you started working already,
Mhm.
and like, what do I want to tell you? Have you ever thought of starting your own thing, like your own, either your own clinic or Pflegedienst? I think you only need
Yeah.
to put the light on. Last time you did that and it looked totally
No, right
different.
now because there's a sunshine, so the sun is this side. So it's
Ah,
like
okay.
reflecting. So I'm trying to find an area where the sun is not so.
Ah,
It's better.
yes, yeah. Zimekuwa msupu tena sana saa hizi tena.
Kwenda huko.
It looks great there, and I love that thing that's happening there. I'm almost doing mine like that. So, um, have you ever thought of doing your own thing, like starting a Pflegedienst, or going your way?
I was thinking of that with I saw a success story of a lady who did it from, I think, Nigeria or Ghana. I forgot
Uh-huh.
the city where she did it.
Here,
Um,
he's in
yeah, in
Karlsruhe.
Germany, in
Yes,
Germany. And it's Karlsruhe, that lady who started her own Plegedis.
yes. Hers is okay. Maybe it's not the same also, but she's from Ghana and she started her own social station where she
You
goes
know,
to.
social station.
Yes, she's from
Yeah,
Ghana. Yeah.
yeah. So I was looking at her story and all the things she has to go through and what she has to study and stuff. But I was thinking, if she made it, especially what I loved about her, she's including a lot of foreigners here. So many, like from East Europe, Germans themselves work for her. She's a boss lady. That she did that. She's from Ghana, started her own, and is offering also employment. So why not? Especially, I would do a very sad story. We used to live in Augsburg, and there was a Kenyan old man. He was old, a Kenyan, and he was in an old age home.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, where it was, I don't want to use the race card, but we found
Yes.
that when we went there with this other Kenyan nurses, the guy was not being taken care of because he was the only black old senior citizen there.
Yes.
So it was like the hair was like turning like into like when you have
Mm.
your afro hair stand like dreadlocks, like he was not clean, his wounds were not taken care of. And our mom, the class mom, was a Kenyan, organized that, and the nurses went there and we gave him a nice shave, a bath and stuff. So I'm asking myself, one day if some of us Kenyans who don't want to go back home, or something happens to you and you're old and you're here and you can't go back home, I find like something like that is missing. Like the Turkish
Yes.
people or the Jews have their old age home. The Turkish sometimes here they have their own kindergarten or an old age home. Why is
Yes.
it we blacks? Why can't we start something like that
That's
as
a
an
very good
idea?
idea. That's a
Yeah,
very, very good idea. Like
it
such
doesn't
an
have to like
organization without being like racist also, because that's also racist when you tell
yeah,
Germans they cannot come to your old age, hospital
no.
because
Like if you open it, you can open it. Also, it's in nearby. You can include that it's you instead of saying for blacks, you just say like multiculti alt 9. That means
yes,
multiculti. You can have nurses like who are Muslim. You can have nurses who are Jewish working there. You can have
yeah,
Jewish
mix
people
everyone.
from everyone. Yeah, and
Yes.
then everybody get treated the same regardless of your skin color or race or sexual orientation. Kind of.
Yes, I love that. I love that idea so much, Rose, because that is a very good idea. And most other countries are doing it, like you said. Turks have their own thing. They know how to come together and open something up. That is the problem with Kenyans or Africans. Before you tell six Africans to Shikane Mkono and let's open an Altenheim, although we have very many nurses here and very many Altenpflege here, if we wanted to do something big, it would be like that, It would be like
Mhm.
1 minute it would be done. Because even in my city, just counting how many nurses I know, aye, that is a
Mhm.
whole team. That's a whole team of nurses in one Altenheim. If we wanted to do that, we could definitely do that. I really agree. And you're so far away from me, Rose. I think you and I would have done a lot of other things,
Du
but
bist in
yeah,
Bayern, du bist nicht weit weg.
it's not so far. 3 hours, 3.5 hours or
Three
so.
and a half hours, I think. Because my
Yeah.
in-law is in Kassel. Kassel is a bit far.
Where?
My brother-in-law is in Kassel. Kassel is a bit far, yeah?
Yeah, that's a little bit far. And but because I know to from you to Stuttgart, it is 3 hours, right?
3 hours, yeah, 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah. From Karlsruhe, from Stuttgart to Karlsruhe is 1 hour, so it takes
Yeah, it's not
around
far.
4 hours.
And the problem with us Kenyans, if we say we want to do something together, people will be jazzed in the beginning, and then in the end, you find you're alone. That's the thing. It's like,
Yeah, that is
why?
the
Why
thing.
is it so
But that is
hard?
why, even if you're starting as Kenyans, you have to start like maybe 2 or 3 people first who really know that
Mhm.
they have something to lose if they stop doing it.
Mhm.
Like be
Yeah.
partners in it. We are, when it comes to money, we are even dividing it like that. So everybody has a role, and then
Mhm.
you make it multiculti after that, multiculti. That even if
Yeah.
the Kenyans that you have there don't have psych anymore, you can still employ people from other countries. That you keep
Or
it
if you
open.
have midwives, if you have midwives here, that you have at least more Kenyans who are midwife and combine, and then and not only help Kenyans, help Ghanaians, Nigerians, and
Yes.
stuff like that. I find
Yes, that would be great. That
it
would
will
be
be so
so,
great.
yeah. I wish that
Because we
would
have them
happen.
in England. We're having in England too. Why not Germany? I don't know what's going. I think maybe Germany because of bureaucracy is too much paperwork before you start anything.
It's
I
not
don't
that.
know.
Kenyans just don't know how to come together. I'm sorry. That is it. Have you ever seen even getates? Vitu venye zinaendaga. Getate hata watu wameenda for 5 years. Somewhere or something always happens.
Oh,
Anyway, Mwanaidi saying Gute Besarung, Rose. Ziati is saying, oh my god, I wish I'm saying that right. It's such a beautiful name. Okay, nice to hear of nurses pouring their ears. I am a nurse too. General,
mhm.
nice. Haven't
Wow.
specialized yet. Rose Achibella, get well soon.
Thank you.
Everybody's wishing you well, Rose. Tarisai Sambaza. Oh my God, I know where you are from. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here. I'm from Zimbabwe. Happy you came back with this topic. Yesterday you didn't finish. I don't even think we spoke about it yesterday. Yesterday we started talking about everything like always, and we forgot about the topic. Thank you for
Maybe
joining
we
us.
should tell them. Maybe we should tell them what they require when they want to start. Those who are interested in starting. Because you've not
Yes,
mentioned it.
definitely.
Yeah.
That is the next question. Definitely. Leila is saying Guten Besserung, and everybody saying hi to Tarisai and Ziati. Hi, great. How are you? Thank you so much, guys, for coming. I always go live every day at the same time, so please come back and again and again and
She's
again.
our
I'm
Wendy. Cess is our
yeah,
Wendy.
I cannot wait. So Rose is saying, we talk about how you get into nursing school. That should actually have been one of the first questions. So, how do you
Yeah.
get into nursing school? What do you need?
I think when you're already and you've done, for example, if you're already in Germany, that means already you have a legal working permit. You have
Yes.
your visa, you have a legal working permit, that's fine. So you have that
Yes.
paper. And then you need what do you call it from the police? It's called what do you call this thing?
You mean the
Not
good
enough.
conduct?
Letter of good conduct from the police indicating that you've not done any crime in Germany, if you're in
Yes.
Germany. And then you have, in case you did the FSJ or BFD, you need that recommendation letter from where you did that social year
That
and
voluntary. Yes.
voluntary work. And then
Yes.
you need your school certificate where you did your A levels or O levels to get translated or translated to the German school system. Like
Yes.
I know, if you want nursing, there's the 1 year nursing as working as a nursing assistant, for example, in Bayern. If your school certificate gets translated and you have like Hauptschule or Realschulabschluss, I hope I'm not wrong, then you can do the 1 year one.
Yes.
If your school certificate gets translated to Mittler Reife or if you have Abitur, you can do the 3 year nursing. That's what I think.
Yes.
I hope
Yes.
I'm not wrong. That is
Yeah,
for
you're
Bayern.
right.
And then
Yeah.
another requirement before it was when we started then days was B1 certificate of a language course. But right now here, because of the new regulations, they even sometimes even ask for B2 to C1. So I'm not sure like that. They are not sure about the new regulations.
Yes.
And if I've forgotten
Führungszeugnis.
anything. Oh, das stimmt, gell?
Laila is saying, what about the Führungszeugnis?
Yeah, Führungszeugnis, that is the letter of good conduct from the police.
Yes.
Yeah, and
She was translating it. Yeah, definitely. That is what it is. Yeah.
in English, in German, it's Führungszeugnis, and in English, it's the good conduct letter.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Genau.
True. So what you need to know, guys, is that Germany is in states, right? So like the United States, there are states in Germany also, and every state has its own rules. Like it's not the same rules for every state in Germany. So she's talking about Bayern, where most people in outside Germany call Bavaria. She's talking about Bayern, and I am in Baden-Württemberg. I'm in the south of Germany. She's also not so far from south, but I'm really in the south of Germany, and we are in another state. So her rules are not going to be my rules. Most things are the same when it comes to going, but hers are not mine. I did not need a B2. I did not even need a B1 of German. They just did an interview with me and wanted to see if my German is okay, and they took me. I needed a letter of good conduct. My Form 4 certificate, high school for certificate, was translated into Realschule, which is unfair because our school system, the way it goes, if it was translated fairly in Germany, it would be Abitur or Mittlere Reife. If it was translated, but they always go a standard lower so that, Anyway.
Same to me, same.
Yeah. So it was translated to Realschule, and I got in with that also. So in Baden-Württemberg, you get whatever Rose said, but I think it was a little bit better here because they always say in Bayern they're stricter. In your state,
Bayern is strict.
Yeah.
Bayern is so strict.
Yeah. Manaidi is in Nordrhein-Westfalen.
Nordrhein-Westfalen. Toll. The biggest population in Germany.
Yeah, oh my God. I can't even remember the last time I was in Nordrhein. I cannot even remember. How about if one is an RN and has practiced for a few years? What do you mean? Where? In Africa. If that will definitely help if you are a nurse in Africa, but you still have to learn German and the culture. So you still need at least a year before you start really nursing here. Kenyan Mary is here saying hi, Sis and Rose. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here, Kenyan Mary. So Guys, please check each other out. Zie, Ati, and Tarisai, please, if you're YouTubers, let me know if you're YouTubers. And everybody else, please check Kenyan Mary, check Rose Achibella, check Baby Mom Lifestyle, Akot TV. There are a lot of YouTubers in the comment section. Please check their channels out and let us support each other. All right. Rose, how are you feeling? Why? Si tumekupigisha story leo na usikipo waki.
Niko poa, imagine niko sawa.
Okay, so we are praying that you better, that every day you get better. So let me ask, would you advise your daughter to be a nurse in Germany?
To be honest, I would say no, because nursing is something I would not recommend my daughter, because now mommy was a nurse. Although right now she's small and always say, Mommy, I would one day want to be a nurse like you. Like she gets a small bump and then mama puts a plaster. There's such things excite her. But I wouldn't recommend a sister here to be a nurse. I would say sky's the limit. Use your brain, get higher there. Germany as education system is so good. Study higher. Even if you become a nurse, you can even find yourself becoming a doctor. Just don't like sit there as a nurse and then keep quiet there. And then continue studying, and sky's the limit. But I would not advise my child to be a nurse.
Yes, I agree. I wouldn't advise also my daughter to be a nurse. Do you know I wanted to be a doctor before I became a nurse?
Wow.
Let me tell you what happened. Kukwame yangu ni ufala sana saa zingine. Let me tell you what happened. Oh, someone is from Zimbabwe and I'm talking Swahili already. Okay. I was young and naive and I wanted to get into nursing school because I had only like a month or 2 months to the end of my visa. So I had already applied for a doctor's position in Freiburg Uni, and whereas in Heidelberg, because they were the nearest to me, right? And there was one doctor that was from not from India. Yeah, she was from India, and her husband was from, what is the other country that looks like India? And if someone is from India here, don't beat me up.
Pakistan?
No. There's another one with an S, I think. Okay, I'll try to remember it as we continue. Anyway, Sri Lanka, yes. And she was from Sri Lanka and she liked me a lot. We were very, very close. She was working where I was doing my voluntary work. We became very close and she started writing. She wrote me a very nice recommendation letter to the Freiburg Uni, where I wanted to do my medicine, right? And then I got impatient because they were not replying to my letter. They were not saying anything, and my visa was going off. And if I did not get anything within 2 months, I had to go back to Kenya and start afresh. So I became impatient, and I started looking for a nursing position. That's how I ended up in nursing. And then once I got into nursing, imagine they replied after I was in nursing already.
Oh no.
If I had been smart enough, I would just have dropped out of nursing and went back to the medicine position. But I was also afraid because you go to medicine and you have to study for 6 years. First of all, guys, medicine in Germany is free of charge. Free. Yeah. Like you study the whole of medicine free of charge. You pay they say we pay like 300 euros per semester for 6 months. That is nothing. Like that is 30K. That is nothing. It's free of charge. But the problem is, for 6 years, ningekula nini? What would I have eaten? So I knew I didn't have a job. I did not have anybody else in Germany. So there was no way for me to do medicine and then sustain myself. Like how? I did not know how to do it at all. So I got scared and I started nursing school. But right now, I've finished medicine, imagine.
Wow.
Anyway, sawa tu. I became a nurse and I'm happy right now, but that is my story. Zie Ati is a YouTuber in dresses. Yes. So we are coming to your channel, Zie Ati, after this. We're coming to show you some love. Please, guys, subscribe to Zie Ati. Watch a few videos of her and let us welcome her to the community. Thank you so much for joining us. Margarita Oyaro is in the house. Rose, you know Margarita, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
She's such a beauty.
She is such a beauty. She's so beautiful inside and out. She's just someone to just keep. We are keeping you, Margarita. Teresa is saying, I'm not a YouTuber, but I follow Kenyan YouTubers a lot. You ladies are beautiful and very creative. I check for your uploads every day. I hope to start my own channel when I'm in Germany. You're welcome. Come to Germany, start your YouTube channel. We'll all support you. Check out Rose Atibella's channel. She has a new video tomorrow about hormonal imbalances. So every day, there is something to watch every day. Ulituambia shida yako. Sierra is saying, I wanted to be a doctor too before nursing. Nursing school came first. Me too. That's how we learn though. It's never too late. You can always go to medicine, right? Grace Favored is saying 6 years is long time when not independent. Yes, 6 years is a long time if you have your own money. If you have someone supporting you, is something else. If you are alone in Germany, Margarita is saying, Says you're looking stunning with your hair.
Today was extra. She beat that face today.
Today I did my makeup live, and it took an hour to look this mediocre. It took a whole hour.
It's not mediocre. It's beautiful. Come on, come on. If you're a queen, you're a queen. Put your crown straight.
So Margarita is saying, Mary Boom, Rose, how are you? Nawapenda. Anatupenda. Margarita anatupenda. Thank you,
wow.
Margarita.
I'm honored.
Hi, Bucket List. You are at the right place doing the right thing. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm a nurse. And I love it. I love it. I have my freedom. I get my money. I love it. Qualifications. Yes, definitely.
With your lives, you don't know how many people you've reached right now with so many topics, community, friendship.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this if you guys were not supporting me the way you do. Because when I started the live streams, I thought I was going to be alone with 2 people every day for 1 hour, for 1 month. And you guys started coming, encouraging me, motivating me, and then also coming as guests and talking about different things with me. That is the best that has happened to this channel, definitely. Qualifications for doctor and nurses are the same. Yes. I would say they don't have a big difference, right? Because if you have your papers, the same papers, but
I think in Bayern it's harder. Because my sister-in-law wanted to do medicine too, but in Bayern, the grade to become a nurse, that doctor, was 1,1 for A levels, and that's why so many people from Bayern were escaping to Austria, because Austria, the grading system is a bit lower.
Yes.
But in Bayern, the grading system for doctors is higher.
Yes. So I know for me, Grace, I know Grace is asking that because I applied for it and got it, but I did not go there. In Germany, it's very strict. Getting even a slot, just getting a space to go to medicine is so competitive. So what helped me is because I already knew a doctor who was known in Freiburg, and she wrote a recommendation letter. Other than that, it is very competitive. Even myself, even right now, if I want to go to be a doctor, I have to study for a whole year first before really getting into medicine. I have to do physics. Yeah, they make us do, when you are from outside country, they make you do physics, mathematics, economics, something like that before you.
Is it student colleague?
Yeah, student colleague. Yeah, student colleague, definitely. I don't know how to say that in English, but they make you study like for a year before you really get into medicine.
Yeah, then but I was told, a Kenyan friend of mine told me Kenyans will do that because of 844 system. If you have A level from Uganda, they don't do student colleague.
And you have done that, right?
Yeah, I've applied for that. You don't need student colleague, but mostly people from Kenya, we always have to pass to student colleague. I don't understand.
Yes,
because
but you know what? I think it's also... Yeah, I think it's also fair because for us it's only student colleague. For Germans, they don't even have a chance if they don't have 1,1, you know?
Yeah.
So at least for us, you know, it's only going to be like 1 year of your life, but you still have a chance. If you do really good in that student colleague for that 1 year, you still have a chance. And also for us, it would be easier also, Rose, if you wanted to be doctors, because we already have the nursing certificate. Yeah, that would help. So yes, the qualifications are different, but like we said, it depends with which state you're going to. So you have to check in which state you're going to, and then check the qualifications there.
And
So
as a nurse, also, if you want citizenship, I found out something new. If you did a nursing and you apply for citizenship, German citizenship, you don't even need the exam from the state where I am. You don't need the exam. You just apply. Yeah, there's a friend of mine who did nursing. Yeah, a friend of mine who did nursing. Yeah, I mean, I love Kenya. So she wanted the German citizenship. And when she went to the immigration, she was told, so long as you bring the paper of Sozialkunde and you have a grade of 4, that's the only result you have to bring, your nursing certificate and
Okay.
and your past birth certificate, and I think your residence permit, and that's it. Then you can apply for citizenship. But it takes a long time because the Kenyan side takes long. She's been waiting now for 16 months on papers from
What?
Kenya side. Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, if you only have contacts, then you get paperwork done good. But from Bavaria, what I know, if you did nursing, you don't need to do the it's called Einbürgerungs test. You don't need it.
Okay. In Karlsruhe, you don't need that, but you need B something, B1 or B2 in German. But they also said if you have another certificate, like your nursing certificate, it makes it easier. But I'm
Yeah.
not interested in being a citizen of Germany also, and people
Mhm.
don't understand that. I'm not interested at all.
I mean,
Um,
I keep my Kenyan one because you still feel, even if I have that passport, German passport, you still be seen as a foreigner. So it makes
yes,
things easier, of course, but
yeah,
you still don't feel, you don't still won't feel, you won't feel German. It's just a
yeah, and
piece of
then
paper.
yeah, sorry, I was looking down. I was trying to find the artist so that I can follow her after this and subscribe to her channel after watching a video. And every time after the live stream, I cannot save the comment section. So sometimes I lose people if I don't do it right now.
Mhm.
Um, I know of a girlfriend who was in Kenya 3 weeks ago, and she has the citizenship. She took the citizenship this year, the German one. And imagine going to Kenya to visit home. Her sister had to write her an invitation letter. She's not
What?
Kenyan. People are
Wow.
always underestimating the fact that there's dual citizenship and all that. If right now something happens and she does a crime in Kenya, she will be, they'll take care of her like a German. Like they will
Wow.
not like see that unaongana hapa pale kama Mkenya sijui nini with their ID. You have a German passport, they're going to treat you as a German. You go to hotels, you're going to pay as a foreigner. You go to sijui which, so I can't do that in my own country. I cannot be treated like that in my own country. So for anyone who wants to be a citizen in Germany, don't take it the wrong way. This is just my opinion. I don't want to be a citizen of another country. I'm not interested. I'm Kenyan by blood and proudly so. What about you, Rose?
Same. Not gonna change it for anything.
Judy anasema jioni njema nyote. Kiswahili. Says and
What?
Rose na
Unapigana
waacha sahi
sanifu.
violence gifts haven't brought bis morgen mal. Ciao Judy, danke schön, danke schön. Kiswahili si rahisi, Rose.
Hapana. Kwanza
Sema
kwa Mjaluo, hapana, usikuje na Kiswahili. Mimi ni Mjaluo. Kiswahili and Luo is not.
wewe English ndio mliguzwa na meli, ilikuja mpaka hapo Lake Victoria, ikaleta kizungu hapo.
Hi, hapana. I'm still a Luo, but my English is not that good.
Really?
The Kikuyu corrupted it. I grew up in Thika, so the Kikuyuness corrupted it.
People will not let you prosper. The language will not let you prosper in English.
But I thank God. I thank God I grew up with Kikuyus because my mindset is not a Luo. Yeah, I'm looking for money everywhere.
So let me tell you something. I always wanted to achieve that balance between being a Luo and a Kikuyu, because I also don't like the side of us Kikuyus where we're just only saving and investing and saving and investing, and you don't know how to treat yourself.
But it's good because look at Luos. You can have a Luo is driving a Range Rover, the newest car. Go to his village, he has a hut. Grass-touched house and mud. When they die, it's the worst thing ever in the village because people come to the village to bury you and you have nothing. And in the city, you have the biggest car, the biggest house.
You're the one who was buying us champagne and Hennessy.
Champagne, putting on those Balenciagas and Gucci's. Luos know how to floss.
Yeah, so you see what I mean. I always wanted to be a Kikuyu in a way that I still invest and save and how to look, to think of the future. But I also want to stay in the present. I also like the way Luos have fun. They know how to spend money. They know how to treat women. They know how to do this. So
They
we're not
want to
talking
treat
about
women from another tribe, but their own tribe, they are stingy.
really.
They are stingy. Luos to other tribes like Kikuyus, Kissis, they treat them like queens. But to their own tribe, nah, they treat you like shit.
But you know what? I always also admired Luo girls because they know how to love themselves. Like they know how to treat themselves. They know how to say you're not treating me right, treat me right. They know how to look for boyfriends the right way. Mimi, I was there looking like, oh my god, I wish I loved myself like this. You know, like they know they believe in themselves so much, and I always loved that. Loved that. Grace Favored is saying, and you can't own anything in Kenya easily after losing citizenship. Yep. Investing in Kenya is a problem once you lose the citizenship.
You
It
always
will,
have to lease. I know a cousin of mine was German citizenship and she bought land when she was still Kenyan and now she has to apply for papers for leasing for 99 years. And the corruption she has to go through so that to get these papers, imagine. No, it's too much.
Maybe I said one thing. The moment I'll want to do something in Germany and I cannot do it because I'm not a citizen, that's the moment I'll maybe think about it. But as long as my life is still going on, I can still work, I can still travel. Yeah, sometimes I'll need a visa. I'll apply for the visa, even if it's 3 months in advance. Just because of traveling, I will not be a citizen in Germany. And then no, I don't want to give my passport away. I love being Kenyan. I want anytime I can just pack up and go back home without having to go through paperwork and and trying to redo a lot and do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, and I think the situation right now, what's happening in the world, if you just see the world, the world has changed.
Yes.
I would prefer to hold my Kenyan passport because you never know. Because right now
Yeah.
everybody's like thinking, look at what's happened in Africa. The COVID has not hit us so good, and everybody like that one. I would say God has blessed Africa in a certain way that everybody thought that we're going to have so many deaths in Africa, and it became out so positive, and we're so thankful. And if you
Yes.
look at right now what's going in the world, it's like we're heading to the next financial crisis. I would rather hold my passport because you never know what happens. So if you have your own passport and you're a citizen of Africa, you never know that continent in the next 10 years is going to be a superpower. Amen to that.
Yes.
Who knows?
And
Yeah,
now the whole
that's
world is going
new.
to Africa. Sorry.
Yeah, everybody look at those Canadian couples who left Canada to go to Africa. So many
Yes.
people right now are, even you have Americans, Black Americans who are going back to the motherland. So
Yeah.
before you throw your passport, think straight. Africa
Yes.
is rising.
It is, and you remember there was that I think last year or like two years ago where a lot of people were going to Africa, like the Black Americans. They say that is now it has been 400 years since slavery, and there was that movement of people
Yeah.
going back to Africa, and even African Tigress and the likes of Akina Nanim. What is his
Trudy?
name? Judy and the boyfriend.
Wodemaya?
Wodemaya. I always forget their names. I don't know why. I'm very bad with names. Wodemaya and African Tigress and Judy and all of that, they always talking to people who have gone back to Africa after staying in diaspora for so long. And you can see how many people are going back. And let me tell you guys, the whole world is going to Africa. China knew that very, very, very early, and they already came by and they checked everything out. They checked the oil, they checked the farms, they checked everything out, and then they were like, "Let us just build your roads. Let us allow us to build these. Allow us to build your train station," because they know they want when the whole world starts going to Africa, they want to be on the best side of Africa, that side where they still own stuff and we still owe them a favor or we still owe them a lot of money,
But
right?
they forget. I find Chinese forget that right now, look at the African continent, we have internet and we have youth who are becoming more sharp, not our silly old leaders. People are really, really awaking. And I don't think when they think now because we are blacks that next time you owe us debts that you can have any right to your land. No, people are really, really studying. People are waking up. And I think
Yeah.
Africa is not the same.
But let me tell you what I'm worried about. I'm worried by the fact that even if we are young and we understand all of that, what you've said, which is very right, that our leaders are already selling us out.
They are selling us out.
That's on a platter. Anyway, so China is already in Africa, guys. Whether you believe it or not, they're already there. And the moment we will say we don't have money to pay you, they will say, okay, then give us this land here to put up our factory to make hair or to make clothes like they do in China, because they don't have any more space in China. That is what is going to happen. So by the
It's
time
already
that
happening.
happens,
So West Africa, how much land they bought just to grow their rice because theirs is so toxic now?
yeah, that is what will happen. So if you have money, buy your land in Africa, let it stay there. Even if you just plant trees, let trees just continue growing there and leave it there. You never know. You never know. Even so, right now, you are seeing land costing like 200K, 300K here and there. Get one piece and that just chill. I know I'm talking like that because I'm Kikuyu. I'll always tell you to buy land, but the whole
Land is an
the,
investment.
right.
Land is an investment more than having money in the bank, because you don't know if a financial crisis comes, you may lose your money from the bank.
Yeah, and money is losing its value also, guys. Like people always say this, but money is really losing its value. That's why people are going into cryptocurrency. That's why people are just buying assets. Don't let your money just stay there. Okay, let me not talk about finances. Where did we go from nursing to finances?
I don't know.
Hi,
Because you're a nurse, you
Michelle.
can still invest.
Kikuyus are coming back with investment and Besha.
I love
Um,
Kikuyus. That's why I love Kikuyus. You can sit with Kikuyus and talk about investment. You learn a lot. Because you as a Jango, you just think if you're with your friends, we will think about the next. Okay, we'll think of
next
investment, but the next lipstick, the next Louis, the next Balenciaga. I ain't
let
got
me
that time for that.
I used to love my Luo girls too, because I knew all the new things in town. I knew the new beauty products. They knew how to take care of their skin. They knew how to take care of their hair products and everything. I did not know about these things. But you stay with the Kikuyus, and after a few minutes, there's a deal somewhere also. Umesikia hiyo deal? Umesikia sijui watu wanatoa wapi sijui nini? And you're making money. You're making money. Michelle Okwero is saying, hi, SS and Rose, dual citizen works. I have a friend who has both Kenyan and German citizenship. At
Yes,
times,
German, how? How can you?
at times,
I thought dual citizenship is only for kids, but for grown-ups, I don't think so. How?
at times it feels good to have two homes in different countries, but all in all, home will always be best. So, Michelle, I know what you're talking about, but I've had very many people with citizenship, and everybody has a different story. So I don't know. I really, at this point, I have no idea, because there are people who have it and it doesn't work both ways. There are people who have it they say it works. So I don't know if it depends with which state you come from. I have no idea, but I
Because
can.
Bayern, I
Huh?
informed myself in Bavaria, you can't have to. In Bavarian, you can't have to. Or am I wrong? Because there's a time I wanted to change my citizenship, and I went to the immigration, and I was told I cannot have the Kenyan and I cannot have German. Only my kids can have Kenyan and German until they're 18. But for me
Okay.
as a grown up, I can't. So I decided in the end, I'm going to keep my Kenyan passport.
Yeah. For me, I've never tried it myself because I really am not interested. But I've had very many people who are interested and tried it. And like the one I'm telling you was 3 weeks ago, and she could not she could not go home without an invitation letter. So I don't really know. Now I'm even confused, Michelle. But if you know someone, tell her to come one day and we can talk about that. We can
Yeah,
also have
that's an
her come
interesting
as a
topic.
guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good topic to talk about. Michelle is saying you can't have both. Grace is saying, Michelle, you can't have both passports. You have to give up one. That's what Grace is saying. That's why I'm so confused about this, because nobody really knows. Everybody has a different opinion on that. Queen G Atieno, who is also CBA, saying hi Sylvia, guys.
Hi,
She's also a
Sylvia.
YouTuber. Rose, do you have Queen G Atieno?
I have to follow her.
Okay, I'll send you her link after this. I'll send you on WhatsApp. She's also a YouTuber. She's in Stuttgart. She has very good content. You love her stuff also. Leila Vicheta is saying dual citizenship. No, you have to give up one. Okay, most people agree you have to give up one. That's why I'm so
Deutschland.
still
No,
confused.
Deutschland dual citizenship, I don't think so. Maybe
Yeah.
USA, Canada, but Germany, I don't think so. They don't allow. Maybe for Turkish. So
A
people
lot of
from
people
South.
say that also, Rose. Imagine she's not Michelle is not the only one. I have a lot of people who are saying it's possible and they have it, and then there are people who are saying no, it's not working. So I'm also I really don't know. I really
Oh,
need
give us
some.
the fun one. Michelle, give us the fun one. We want to know.
Give us all the info, Michelle. Please tell your friend to come and talk to us here. I would really love to have her on as a guest, and then we can ask her all the nice important questions. Grace is saying China wants to have part of Mombasa because of that. I heard even in South Africa they are doing the same. I heard they have also taken already bought a whole country in Africa. I don't remember which it was. Somewhere in Central Africa
I
that they
think
were
it's
so much
Zambia. I
they've taken
think it
it.
was Zambia. Zambia,
It's
they had very
Zambia.
huge debt. Mm.
Yes, a very huge debt until they had to take over the whole country. So that's coming, guys. Be very ready. Maguta Maguta says the Kikuyu in us. And he says the Kikuyu in you is hilarious. I'm telling you, the Kikuyu in me. Eh? Deal. Atumesikia sijui quail eggs zinauzwa na huku hivi. Sisi wote tunanunua quail eggs. That is the Kikuyu in me. Michelle, how? Please tell us. Definitely, Michelle, please tell us that what else is here. Yes, so we need to know about the dual citizenship, guys. Definitely. So
Mhm.
if anybody knows that, please connect me with them so that we can have that conversation. Rose, tell us one more thing before we go. I don't want to go, but or ask me anything you want to know about me. Learn me, you had so many things about you.
What is the one disadvantage you find in nursing? One scary thing about nursing?
The disadvantage I find in nursing, I would say that even if we studied that much, our standards are
Mhm.
still not the same with other nurses in other countries.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because tell me if I'm wrong. In the hospital, there's also a lot of information already fed in the system. So you can
Mhm.
always look in the computer and find something, or you can outlook something. So what you have forgotten. Other countries they learn a lot. They learn a
Mhm.
lot, and it's like studying. Even nurses in the US that are given so much respect and paid so well because they study also a lot. So I'm not
Mhm.
saying we don't study in Germany, but the standards are kind of a little bit lower to other countries. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah, I do agree.
What
I
would you
do
say is
agree.
the disadvantage for you?
I was happy to do nursing in Germany, but if I ever found myself in another situation to go to another country, the disadvantage is I'm scared I'll find myself studying again because just like Seth said, our standards are not so good.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to do so much stuff, and nursing has taught me to respect life because
Mm-hmm.
life is so short. You can
Mm-hmm.
find a patient who's coming to a hospital. I've watched, for example, a man coming to a hospital with a Pels jacket, like you have this expensive
Big
jacket,
things.
nicely dressed, smells good, and then the next time he comes out, he was a corpse. So you start respect how life is so short and life is so precious.
Yes.
And that's just the thought of giving back to society as a helper, as a
Yeah.
doctor or a nurse in the medical field. It's just a fulfilling thing, and it can also be a scary thing. Because there are
Definitely.
moments you find yourself in some situations, you're like, wow, how am I supposed to do this? How can I
Mm-hmm.
do this? How am I going to go through this? So I would say if you want to do nursing, you have to be like mentally be prepared. You're going to see a lot. You're going
Yes,
to see a lot.
definitely. Yeah. What would you say? I know there are a lot of things, but what would you wish that would be in Kenyan hospitals that is in German hospitals? I know there is a lot, but what comes up as the first thing?
I
Of course,
wish.
first of all, insurance, right?
Yeah, insurance number one, I would really wish we had the equipment, enough equipment in the hospital, be it X-ray, be it the MRIs, be it the doctors, enough doctors who have studied things with the cancer, because at the moment we're seeing a lot of rising cases in Africa to do with cancer. People are dying from
Yeah.
cancer. Be it women healthcare, which is very important. Like we will not be seeing so many teenagers getting pregnant if this kind of advice was there out there, like
Yes.
sexuality. We already have it, but I think the government is not doing enough. I would really love if the government, instead of okay, investing in infrastructure is beautiful, but they're forgetting since COVID. we thought COVID would really teach our leaders in Africa to see that really the hospital, they would have invested there. And it's
Yeah.
really painful to see that they're still not investing in the hospital.
They're not
That
even
would have
paying
been
doctors, Rose.
no,
They're
this
not
is so
paying
sad.
doctors.
We have
Like, guys,
doctors that died.
we're talking of a pandemic, and the first thing that every country is doing everywhere else in the world is investing in healthcare, because everybody realized we were not ready for a pandemic. Nobody was ready.
Yeah.
And Africa is even another case. We were never ready for anything. Yeah. So this is the time they should be investing more. They have gotten so much money this year and last year that would have helped and for us to go a little bit further. And this is the time that they're not paying doctors and nurses. Like, it is even shameful. It's a big, big shame. So, do you think we have enough hospitals in Kenya?
I don't think we have enough. I think, okay, for me, I think we have like Kenyatta National Hospital, which is the biggest in East Africa. But if you're not careful, Tanzania is going to pass us.
Yeah.
But the government should invest in the hospital. But I think we need more hospitals, because if we think about northern Kenya, people there are suffering so much. There's not enough hospitals there. We always forget, some of them even ask, Nairobi, is it another country? Because somebody's coming to get healthcare. I think the government should invest more on healthcare and hospitals rather than in infrastructure.
In mashinani, right? I like
Yeah,
that.
mashinani huko Mambani. It's so sad that they cannot.
Yes.
I don't think,
and you know what? Someone was saying, if a country has more churches than hospitals, you're in trouble. And that is Kenya.
Kenya, we people, it's 2020 and people are still thinking that I have to consult my spiritual father. Oh, please, people. Oh, that makes me mad when I have some friends.
I don't have a problem with consulting the spiritual father. What I have a problem with is us having 29 churches in every town with different names. Shepherds, shepherd, God, what, I don't know. All the names that we have in the Bible, we have churches for them. But we don't have hospitals. I wish we had at least so many clinics, even if they are not like big government hospitals. Like, small clinics everywhere, would be in a totally different space. Okay, this is a question that I've always wanted to ask. What do you think? How do you think Kenya will be helped? Let us even leave the government, because I've already given up on these politicians. I'll tell you the truth. But us as Kenyans, how could we help each other for our healthcare to be a little bit better? Like, how could we do it? Even me as a nurse, I would like to help, but I don't know how I would do it.
I think Kenya, the first thing we should do is fight our mindset. Our mindset is so focused, like right now, next year we're having elections again.
Yes.
I know from experience from first time 2007, when I was coming, I almost missed my plane. I grew up in Thika with friends, and tribalism is the number one thing we should fight. And number two, we should fight corruption, because every mindset from the littlest child always think, if I want something, let me lie to this shopkeeper to get a sweet, because the corruption is instilled in all of us. If I want paperwork in Kenya done, I have to pay some corruption money somewhere to get it done. I think we should find leaders. I think Kenya should start new, because right now we are still thinking about Ruto and Raila again. We don't need these people again there. We need so many young, educated Kenyans. We should move away from there.
Yeah, but the problem is that the young Kenyans, they're not coming up because they're afraid of these old ones, because they don't know what will happen to them, which is also very...
I think we are scared. We have this fear that we cannot start. People are talking about, right now, I think people are talking about a revolution, but we're too scared to start it, because we think our police are too strong. The big people in the government are too strong. We can't move. Who told you that? Look at what happened in Nigeria with the SARS. Just started a small thing and it blew up. The young people, the whole world got to know about SARS. So I think in Kenya, we young people can start a revolution. We can get these Railas and Gurus and Rutos out of there. We don't need these people. We need new young people there.
Out. They should all go home. It's actually overdue.
Kenya needs fresh blood.
I'll tell you my truth. The moment I saw Sonko going into office, that's when I gave up on politics in Kenya. I washed my hands and I was done. Because there were so many other people, and I'm not just saying him, there are so many other candidates that we have, but Kenyans, we love entertainment. That's why we have Akinanganga as being entertainer pastors. Yeah, we love entertainment so much that we don't think about logic, we don't think about who can help us, and our mind goes up to there. Make us laugh and we love it.
Funny enough, though, we people who are living in the diaspora, funny enough, most of us, this mindset of tribalism, we don't have it because everybody's struggling. I think that knowledge we have in the diaspora, we should try to project it back home so that people know. Hakuna huku Germany, hakuna Mjaluo, hakuna Mkikuyu. There's no Kisii, we are all Kenyans. That mindset, if we have the same mindset and project it back home, it would change so many minds. But the knowledge we have here.
Yeah. Also it starts at home, because as a kid, you also know you did not have the marks to get you to that high school. You did not. Your parents paid someone. Yeah. You could not go to that uni. You were not qualified for it, but you still went. So it starts there where you're like, okay, let me show my kids myself how corruption works and how to avoid it. And then they will learn how not to, because myself, even now, I'm paying for I don't care. If you have to go all the way, we're going all the way. But I don't want to be part of the problem. Yes, so let me read a few comments and then we say goodbye. Oh my God, I always hate going at this time. Oh my God. In Kenya, even to do x-ray in government hospital where it's supposed to be free, they charge secretly. Not only that, even watu wa HIV wanatakana kupewa vitabu ARVs bure. Imagine there are some hospitals they will still not give you.
My dad buys ARVs, Imano.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I'm sorry, my daughter is here.
I gave up on the government a long time ago. Linda and Adventure. Thank you, Linda, for joining us. I know you've been here for some time. Thank you for being here. The solution for good leaders. Yes, Grace, that's the solution. If we could still just find good leaders, we'll be in a much better place. But we never choose the good ones. I don't know what's wrong with us.
I'm sorry, sis. My two angels are here again. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't mind. We love them. Don't mind at all. I'm just reading the comments. Corruption is so ingrained in our culture. It's so sad. Hi. I love your hair.
You are a crown, eh?
Whoa. They have crowns. Queens. They are queens. Wow. Corruption, okay, unless the corruption is out of the picture, growth is not close to us. Yes, as long as we have corruption in Kenya, we will never grow. We will never grow at all. You can try helping people as much as you can, you will never grow. Corruption starts with big people, others they follow. Ethics should be made compulsory in our syllabus. Yes, I agree. Ethics should be done compulsory in our syllabus. I agree. That is a very good standpoint, Linda. If you could teach ethics and ethics classes in Kenya, it should go a long way. And also, as kids, I also remember as a Kikuyu, we had a lot of things about other tribes. Other tribes were also taught about other tribes, which were not good, even songs and dances and all that. So as an adult is when you realize there's not tribe, we are all citizens of this world. But you also have to teach your kids that for them to grow up that way. If you were a doctor, Ruth, which kind of a doctor would you be?
Wait a minute.
Yes. So I wanted to know from Rose, if she was a doctor, what kind of a doctor she would be. I think, are you back?
Yeah, a bit stressed.
That's all right. We're almost done. Which kind of a doctor would you be?
I would love to be a cardiologist. If I was a doctor, I would have been a cardiologist.
Nice. I love that too. I also love that a lot. That's a very good idea, actually. So Linda and Adventure is saying it's true, kids should be taught how to accommodate other cultures. Definitely. So guys, we have to go because I have a night shift again.
Motherhood.
I want to end these, Rose. It's always such a pleasure chatting with you. I love how real you are, and you are informed, and you are a mama, and you are a nurse doing oncology and all of that stuff. You are our hero today. We celebrate you. We love you so much. Say hi to your kids, give them a kiss, and I hope to see you tomorrow feeling better. And we are waiting for your video.
I'll do it today. I'll finish it today.
In the comment section, you don't have Rosa Chibella. Please make sure you follow her on Instagram. She's Rose Probst. Rose Probst. If you're not sure, DM me. I'll tell you who she is again on Bucket List Says. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel. It is Rose Achibella and everybody else. Guys, I love you so much. Thank you for always coming here. Thank you so much, Rose. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll
Have
see
a
you
nice
tomorrow.
day.
You too. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. Get well. Get well.
I will. Bye.
Bye. So, guys, bye. Thank you so much for coming. So, tomorrow I have a totally different topic, which is a very good one. And I'll definitely tell you tomorrow on my Instagram, like always, what the topic is, who will be here, who will be discussing with, and we'll have a great time, like always. So, thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. If you want to see this makeup look, I have a video of it. I did it online, I did it live, so it's definitely on my YouTube channel right now. Make sure you check it out and let me know what you think. So thank you so much, guys. I love you all and good night. Mwah. Bye.